perfect day for a race today. Leave it all out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. I got a good feeling about today, guys. Do something pretty special today. Green, green, green.
Holy cow! We have the big one to end the race! Oh, we got a giant pack back here. Holy cow.
Here we come. Go, 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 go. Got to be kidding me.
Didn't even make it a lap.
Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Wow, that was dumb.
What's up, guys? Good evening, good Tuesday evening to you guys. Thank you so much for coming out for this presentation of Homestead Miami Racing here at CGR Racing Network. In the booth, I have Hayden Higginbottom, driver of the 9 car, and Billy Martin. How you guys doing tonight? Doing good, man. I was just talking to you guys earlier that I feel like I'm a little jaded from the Five Flags race on Sunday. Definitely was kind of it wasn't the best experience being in the booth watching that, but I think we're going to get a lot more green flag racing tonight. What do you guys think?
I think so, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, this track, like, it's kind of like once you get into that green flag groove, then it can last pretty long. But obviously, if the restarts start stacking up, that's when you start to see a lot of cautions. But yeah, hopefully we get some good racing. Multi-groove track, as I was mentioning earlier. Have you guys ran here much, or do you know much about that?
That would be
I know
that would be on you, Hayden. I haven't
Yeah.
done a lap at this place, buddy. So
Okay.
tell us what it's like.
I could try my best. I'd say definitely the restarts are gonna be pretty interesting because at least in officials, I know at least one person spins on cold tires. Usually in the officials, so it'll be interesting to see if that happens here tonight. Hopefully, we won't be too terribly aggressive too early, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah, and where you see those self spins a lot too, like if we're on a green flag run, people come in for tires, they got fresh shoes on, they go out there and then they try to really push the car hard. They'll just spin right around. So just got to be careful coming back out from a green flag stop. And I'm getting
a quick update
Yeah,
from
that
Race
they are
Control
making
here.
a new session because
we are remaking our
where they
session here.
accidentally were given unlimited sets of tires.
Oh,
all right. Well, let me get
let's
that.
run with it.
No,
I need you guys to get on your best delaying faces for the next 10 minutes.
Maybe we can think about a
so
prediction
sorry.
while we wait.
So sorry to everyone out there. I messed up the session. I'm
So-
remaking it right now. So
Hayden, what are all the colors you know?
Colors I know. Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, blue, red, green,
Red, yeah, green. Okay.
purple, orange.
All right.
Let's see,
I feel like
turquoise.
you're missing a couple.
I think I definitely am. I'm looking at my my RGB keyboard right now. That's what I was looking at.
Oh man.
Oh man. Anyway, I don't even know.
We can take a look at the standings. How about that? That might be a little bit more appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Than me naming colors for sure.
So, I mean, currently in the standings, Nathaniel Campbell is P1. He hasn't won a race yet, but he has
No.
4 top 10s. I feel like whenever we switch to him during the race, he's always just minding his own business, running well, not pissing anyone off. So makes sense that he's up there.
Definitely.
And then P2, Zack Saunders. We're not surprised by that, though. I did. It is on the record that I called him washed last week because I don't think he had that good of a car last week at Vegas. But
No.
he does have 3 stage wins though, and 1 win. I forget exactly where that came. What was that? Coda?
Coda. No, he didn't win at Coda because didn't he make his computer explode?
Oh yeah, he did not win at Coda. He very much lost.
He won at Atlanta.
That's right. Yeah. He did. And then currently in the 3rd position, up 1 spot from last week, John Terrell. I don't know much about John.
Yeah.
He's running pretty well. Has finished in the top 10 3 times, it looks like. But yeah, he has to be happy with that 3rd position in standing so far. Only like 30 points behind Nate. So.
And below him is Mr. Montreal,
Oh yeah.
Sylvain Jolly. So he's had some tough luck in a couple of races too that he's had to come back from, and so hasn't Keith Hume. There's a bunch of guys up here that have been lucky due to other people's problems. So hopefully it'll get better for him. And it sounds like we might be back.
Yes, I believe the session is back.
Session back? Okay, let me refresh here.
I'm trying to register to get on it. Yeah, I think she's back up.
All right, and for the people joining the chat, again, thank you so much for coming out. We should be getting the qualifying done here momentarily. We had to remake the session. So the way it works around here is we start qualifying, we'll go to the grid, and I'll actually put a chat prediction out for you guys to participate in. If you're new here, you should have some points to gamble, but we love to gamble here on CGR, so be sure to put some points into that, and we'll have some sort of prize for the winner that has the most points by the end of the season. We're not sure exactly what it will be, but definitely we'll have something for them. And I think the first prediction will be, I feel like the lap 1 caution is always a solid one to do.
I think it's got to be. I think it has to be.
Yeah, no lap 1 caution.
You think there's going to be no lap 1 caution?
No lap 1 caution.
If this is a game, we just
you know,
Ryan, get out of here.
You would be correct if it was real money, but it's just Twitch points, so I guess that holds up in the court of law. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure.
I need a lawyer.
Still waiting on this session.
Boy.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys might have seen what the weather was going to be like too, but I will say this track is kind of weird. Like the way your car reacts to the temperature of the track, it's like it happens lap by lap. Like if there's a cloud that comes by, you could be running faster lap times than you were at the start of your run, and you could be like halfway almost to the end of your run. So it'd be interesting to see if guys capitalize on that, make adjustments when necessary, because that goes a long way here.
Well, there's a reason why this track is kind of weird when the sun goes down, and because of where it is, way down south, Miami, Florida, it's even further south than that. It's on its way headed down to the Keys, and it's kind of swampy area surrounding it. It used to be an old airport that got just destroyed during a hurricane, and then they decided to build the track there. but there's a
Interesting.
lot of swampy areas, and that causes havoc with how the track cools down.
Yeah, I know they actually just refinished the track. Well, iRacing did not. They didn't repave it in real life or anything, but so we are racing on like a brand new track this week.
Well, another thing that's kind of cool about it, the next county over from where the track is Collier County. And there was a famous football kicker that used laces out. You remember that whole thing with Ace Ventura? I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Ray Finkel. Ray Finkel was from Collier County, right next
Okay.
door. Don't tell me you haven't seen Ace Ventura.
I have seen that. I have Pet Detective.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. All right. Okay. A lot of hog hunting down there too. If you like hog, going down there for wild boar hunting, that is the place.
All right, I think we have the new session loaded up.
I actually went back to the old session.
Ugh. Well, that crowd looks more like a real NASCAR race. A lot of empty seats, spotted people.
They're still filing in. They had to walk to the new session, so
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
yeah.
We had technical difficulties.
I couldn't resist. Sorry.
There we go.
Trying to see how much practice they have. So they did 10 minutes practice, so it looks like we're about 6 minutes away from qualifying, which will be 5 minutes, and then from there we'll go straight into the gridding and then the race. So just stick around for a little bit longer, and we'll get started here. It's a good time to go grab some comfy socks, maybe a blanket or two, a pillow, glass of wine, a nice red with the full body, or a Bud Light. I don't know, whatever floats your boat.
Captain Jack.
Captain
Good
Jack.
Lord, guys, it's a Tuesday.
Huh? It is.
It is a Tuesday, but
It
it's
is.
also
It is.
CJR Crown Jewel Racing Xfinity night, so that's more than enough permission to get a little crazy with it.
I thought it was Crown Royal, not Crown Jewel. My mistake.
How about we interact with chat a little bit? How are you guys doing today? How was your day? Did you guys have a good day? No? Bad day? It was a rough Tuesday? Dirty Mike Racing? What happened? We can help you. It was good until I heard Hayden talk. Okay.
Wow, Ryan's being really mean tonight. I don't know what's gotten into him.
I kind of feel like he's doing that because he thinks you're cute. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ryan, DM me seriously.
Fired. Well, hey, we see him in the practice here, running really high, close to that wall.
Oh, the stream can't see
I'm
that. Sorry,
23.
Wait, no, he said miners, like coal miner. Or do you?
Oh yeah, he did spell it wrong. I see that. I don't mind coal. No.
Oh, perfect. Perfect, Ryan. You guys, everybody should just go all in for this first lap caution.
Oh my god.
The winner, the guy who has the most points at the end of the season is going to get something really special. It's going to be like, I feel like I stole this because this is such an awesome prize.
Holy crap, man.
You know what? Let's get that prediction started now, just so people can stew over it. First lap caution with 4 question marks. Yes, no. And I'll give them 5 minutes. You guys have 5 minutes to decide if there will be a first lap caution.
Put 10K on yes.
What are some cool awards that we could give the guy? Well, like I was thinking like a semi-cube wheelbase,
Oh lord.
something like that. I'm smiling, by the way.
As long as you're paying for it.
Oh man, no, we'll do something cool, better than that, way better.
I told you how much the rims cost for my hot rod. I can't afford anything right now. Oh, I'm gonna have to take another shot just for thinking about that one.
All right, we should be wrapping up practice in just about 30 seconds, actually. Then, you know what? We'll watch a little qualifying today. Normally, we kind of just go straight to the grid. But with the nature of switching sessions and staring at this beautiful pre-race screen for about 10 minutes now, we'll watch some guys drive around the track, make some turns.
While you guys do this, I'll actually be right back.
Okay. So, Calbert, we used to do the over under. The reason why we don't do the over under anymore is because once you put a prediction in, you can't create another one. So I like to do as much gambling as possible throughout the race. And that does not allow that to happen. So the over unders were really fun though. Maybe we can do like an over under for the third stage.
Yeah.
Or maybe not the third stage, because we normally do a prediction for the winner of the race in the third stage. So maybe for the second stage. Or the first stage. Or no stages. Damn, we're getting a lot of bets here. You guys are going crazy.
See what it looks like.
I just had to drop semi-cube once and people start sending up the big bucks. Oh, and it looks like we're actually qualifying now. Let's take a quick peek.
Take a gander.
Let's take a gander. Yes. trying to see if anyone comes up on the live time in. Seems
Looks
like
Tyler
so far.
Justice.
Yeah, Tyler Justice
Yeah.
running the fastest lap of 33 flat. And then just behind him, Joe Stafford running a 33.28. And Mark Morton just ran a 33.35, sitting P3. And then after him, Zack Saunders in the 60 car just ran a 33.36. Will be starting fourth if that holds. And then to wrap up your top 5, John Terrell, who we mentioned was, I think he was second place in points, second or third. Third place in the standings. Will be starting on the inside in 5th place. And actually looks like Colby DeCarlo actually just kicked Morton down a slot. So he will take 3rd position now after running a 33.32. So a lot of really tight times right there through 2nd through really 2nd through 7th place. Very tight. It's almost as if they're running the same setup. Maybe. I don't know. Just waiting on a couple more folks to finish up their qualifying. Nathaniel Campbell, our points leader currently so far this season, looks like he just ran a 33.69, which is it's a decent time. He's going to be just outside the top 10, but honestly, that's kind of the nature in which he's been working this season. It's not been like crazy fast, but he hasn't been super slow either. He's kind of just been middle of the pack and getting good finishes. So
Very consistent.
Very consistent. Yep. 11th place, not a terrible place to start here. Yeah, and I think that should be. We only have like a couple more guys running laps, and then we'll go straight to the grid. I think Bill left to go do some more shots. Or
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he's
maybe
gonna come back.
I think he went to go make a drink or something.
Yeah, I ran the A car a lot here, but I don't think I've ever driven the Xfinity car here.
I think I've driven the Xfinity car here like maybe twice.
Yeah. So I can't provide much insight yet about what's going to happen or what the car feels like. But we'll do our best. We'll do our best to lie to you guys and hope you believe us.
Maybe we can bring some people up here.
Yeah, I was trying to do driver interviews at 5 Flags, but they would throw the caution and then it'd be like 30 seconds until they're coming back to the green. So
yeah,
the water does look super nice there, Garth. It does.
Oh wow, it does.
Give the water engineer, the water dev, a good raise. Yeah, the wrong setup will do that. And also the worst thing that happens ever is when you start the race and you realize you're on the qual set and you're like, maybe, okay, I'm not racing tonight. That was exciting.
That happened to you?
That has happened to me more times than I care to admit. Not in this league, but just officials and stuff.
Yeah.
I hear rumbling. I hear engines rumbling, but I don't see anyone on the grid yet. Oh, there they are. My God. They're all there. Well, cool. I don't know. I hope Bill's all right, but we'll just
I
get
hope
started.
he's okay.
We'll just get started with the grid. now. Tyler Justice starting first position, sitting on the pole. In the 6th car, Joe Stafford will be 2nd. Colby DeCarlo will be 3rd. Mark Morton 4th. Zack Saunders 5th. John Terrell will be starting 6th in the 98 car. Cameron Albertson in the 16 car will be starting 7th. Michael Deach 8th. Rodney Roberts 9th. Asher Bunkley 10th. Nathaniel Campbell 11th. Justin Bell will be starting 12th.
Sylvie and Jolly. Oh,
yeah, you got it.
You got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
you got
I
it.
got it. Oh, it changed on me. Hold on. Let me look at the actual iRacing. All right, Sylvie and Jolly in 13th. Jake Euler in 14th. Ted Lisby in 15th. Barry Kramer in 16th. Leeroy Sellers in 17th. Caleb Sheets in 18th. Joe Gibbons in 19th. Travis Dickinson in 20th. Corey Mott in 21st. Mason Hoffner in 22nd. In 23rd, Ryan Persinger. In 24th, Richard Myers. And Sam Bennett in 25th. You want to do the rest?
Yeah, I'll just fly through these real quick.
Bill.
Joe Kotarski, 26th. Tyler Krozak, 27th. Hunter Bogdan, 28th. And we'll just do the top 30. Cameron Romano, 29th. Nathan Fuller will be starting 30th. Don't know if we're doing another parade lap. We'll see if the pace car comes in. I've already botched this once. If that pace car stays out, we are going to finish these names.
Yeah. Here, let me look and see if the lights are on.
Oh, the lights still are on. So,
Yeah.
31st, Keith Hume. 32nd, Josh Stoltz. Henry Kalhoff will be starting 33rd. Phil Dodge will be starting 34th. Jay Salmon in 35th spot. Bob Baker in the 36th spot. And I believe that is it for this evening or virtual day here at Miami, Homestead, Miami. And yeah, there are actually a couple EOLs. Looks like Tyler
There's a few.
moving to the back. Ryan Persinger will be also heading to the back. Adam Smith,
Romano,
Krozik, Hoffner, Romano, Kalhoff, and Kotarski all having EOLs tonight. We got a lot of naughty boys here.
Yeah.
All right, and the pace car lights are off, so we are about to come to green flag here at Homestead Miami Speedway. 300 miles here in the warm, really hot weather of Florida coming your way this evening, and pace car should be turning off in just a second. Pace car is off. And we have Barney there with the green flag waiting on his command. He's waving the green flag, and we're off here at Homestead Miami for the Hard Rock Bet 300. Oh, we already have a car turning.
Oh, caution is out.
And caution is out already. And the guys who got the EOLs are going to have to look out already.
Bob Baker's in it. The 63 is in it.
I told you guys I was jaded from Five Flags, and
Oh,
man, I hope that it's not me. I hope it's not
It
me
looked
that's
like-
bringing this.
it looked like the 13 maybe missed the shift or something.
missed
Plus
shift.
a huge stack up.
Oh, 35% said yes. Looks like the yes won there.
Maybe not.
A double
was
or
just a-
nothing. That's up to you guys. You guys are the
That
ones
was a
that.
huge stack up.
Here, we'll get the replay rolling.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like that. What was it? Top line that just stacked up really hard.
Yeah, it looked like the top stacked up really bad.
All right, guys, just for you, I'm going to make another prediction for this restart lap. It's a quick one, 30 seconds to bet, but basically, are they going to wreck again on this restart lap? Just one lap.
Wow. That was something.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, look, like if I join a session and I have full intentions to race in that session, and then somebody in the CGR office, they screw up the session, they make me back out, they make me load up a new session. Look, I'm in a spot that's like completely foreign to me, completely new. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. So really, that's on Corey and that's on the entire CGR management that caution came out, because having to switch sessions right before the race starts is, to me, is unacceptable. It's completely uncalled for.
See who we got on pit road.
Yeah, investigation would be good. That seems super fishy. Yep, it could be Garth too. It could be. It could be Garth.
Yeah, it definitely could be Garth.
Yep.
All right, the pace car lights are off.
And notice how Boyd isn't here tonight too. Isn't that freaking weird? Isn't that weird? It's like adding up to be really weird. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me either. All right,
Can we get
yeah,
a
pace
search
car
party
lights are
for
off.
Bill?
Yeah. Oh, also Bill, he just leaves. Like, what's up with that? A lot of really strange things happening here tonight. So I would be mad too if I betted on that. But
I made
yeah.
28K.
Yeah. Pace car lights are off, as you mentioned. If you want to take the call here on this, we'll call this the actual start of the race, because I don't think
You want to?
you got it. You got it.
Okay. All right. Pace car makes the hard left turn. Tyler Justice and Joe Stafford on the way. Green flag. Tyler Justice gets a huge jump on the restart. The 24 on the inside of the 2 and the 60 is Zack Saunders as they lead into 2. Oh Lord, that's a lot harder than you would think.
Yeah,
24
like,
slides in front of the 2.
The first 5 cars kind of singling out. We got some side-by-side action further back in the field. This is what we were talking about. Are you going to be the guy that's running that inside line? Are you going to be up near the wall like the 39, hoping to gain spots fast? But so far, we have wrecking in the back.
Another caution.
Ooh. Ooh.
That is a lot of cars piling up.
That was a big one. Let me see if I can go see what happened.
Wow.
Oh. Bob Baker's hood is up.
Back.
We can see his engine.
That's what we call a modified.
Was that the green flag lap, or was that the next lap?
That was the green flag lap.
Oh boy.
All right, I think I am.
Oh boy.
Oh, that looked like the Corey bumped into, what number is that?
Oh, 13% said yes.
Holy ARCA breaking.
Looked like Corey bumped into Joe Gibbons and caused a big one. The 76 got in it. 23 was in it. Looked like Josh Stoltz was in it. The 93 ARCA braked in it. Wow. That was a big one.
Meant to do inside here. Sunboard Joe Gibbons.
Wow. That top came up faster than a.
I was gonna say Joe Gibbons got helped there by the 20 car. It looks like he just ran into the back of him. Yeah, the GTA paint scheme was pretty cool, I will admit. All right, well, not the start we wanted, but the start we might deserve. I don't know.
deserve? For what?
I don't know. I don't know. It felt right.
Car's fault for that wreck as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I blame Bill for not being here.
Yeah.
Look on the bright side, we're not at 5 flags.
Well, yeah, I was talking about that. Like, it's gonna be better now that we're at a larger track, but two cautions in 8 laps. That's not the best start.
Okay.
I mean, we haven't even got back to the start finish.
We're gonna clear this out, and once it's cleared out, we're gonna go green flag to green flag pit stop. It's gonna be a nice little run coming up. Don't worry.
What should the over under be for stage 1 cautions?
How many we had? 2. I'd say maybe. How many laps is stage 1?
45.
Say maybe like 4, 3.
I'll do 4.5.
I'm gonna do 3.
Ray says 25.
Yep.
Oh. Sorry. And we should be coming to the green here. Pace car turns off on the pit lane. We have Tyler Justice starting the P1 spot in the Geico restart zone, and he's off. Great jump on the inside line there. 2-car does a good job sticking with him, though. He's going to slide in behind him with DeCarlo right on his tail. Backing up just a bit. Looks like we have some 2x2 racing further back. Those guys are definitely going to want to try to slide down in single file if they can to save those tires. We have a blinking car on the backstretch, 30 car there.
Yeah, that's not good. That's getting really severe.
And I'm sure everybody's very politely telling him that he's blinking and he's
Very politely.
get out of the way.
Session, I can confirm.
Zack Saunders running the lane up, which is the spicy lane, to get you a good run off that turn. He's looking to do maybe a slide underneath here of the 24 car of DeCarlo, and he's still going to commit to that second lane up to try to gain some spots early.
No, but he's beating the heck out of those tires. You can see his hands going back and just saw him on that thing. You see him breaking loose right there again. There are a lot of cars breaking loose coming out of the corners here, so maybe they're fighting for grip early in this race, and hopefully it gets better for them.
Yeah, and again, I only really have a open experience here. Really what you're going to want to be doing is try to wrap that white line on both sides early in the run. So even just half a lane or lane up off that, you're adding, to me, unnecessary wear to the tires. But let's look through the field here and see if we can find some more battles going on. Seems like everyone has kind of calmed down for now.
Whoa, one car got real loose right there. Whoa.
We see Mark Morton go by, like John Terrell in the 98 for what is it, 5th place?
Justice looking real smooth out front right now. He's not having any issues. Stafford and DeCarlo, they're just trying to fight back and trying to catch up with him at this point.
Yeah, and Zack Saunders still beating on the bumper of DeCarlo just in front of him. Let's go on board with Zack real quick just to see what he's seeing currently.
Well, that's a lot of tire screeching I hear.
I believe that's lap traffic.
Yeah, that's Bob Baker getting out of the way.
He's fighting that wheel back and forth. Zach Saunders is a very experienced driver, and to see his car that loose and he's still running the times that he is pretty impressive. You see one car on the wall there in the back. I'm not sure who that is.
I believe that was the Cameron Albertson in 16.
Michael Deach moving on his inside now with Nathaniel Campbell.
Michael Deach, who's had some of the worst luck this year, he could run a perfect race and still get hit by a car in the parking lot. He's had a tough time, and I want to see him finally get a break and actually win one of these races, and it's coming soon.
And we've been watching a couple corners here. Looks like the 22 car of Rodney Roberts is electing to run that low line. He's going to try to get a slide job done here, I believe, in a couple laps if he can get a good run on the inside of Sylvain Jolly here. But obviously very tough to do when the top line it has all that speed. But if Jolly keeps running up there the entire run, he's going to fall off. Oh, and he actually gets in the left rear quarter, turns Jolly.
Oh,
man.
Caution.
Jolly able to save it. Doesn't actually make any contact with the walls, but I'm sure he might need a new fire suit after that.
That's for sure.
Yeah, obviously that was just let's see how much netcode, if that was actually netcode. Did he actually get into him, or
he did?
Yeah, he actually did.
It looks like he was just trying to open up the corner for himself, but in doing so, just getting into the left rear of Jolly. Let's go on board with Jolly there and see
Just make sure we can hear him. Oh man.
Good save though. What a save.
It was definitely a nice save.
Keeping the car clean.
If that was me, I can guarantee you I'd have about 7 minutes worth of work.
Yeah. So here's the awkward thing. So the caution did come out, but they're going to be starting right next to each other, and I'm sure they're not the happiest with one another right now. So hopefully they can keep a cool head here as they come back around.
I'm sure there's been some apologies already. He you know, he didn't really mean to do that at all, you know, and they'll get over it.
Yeah, I looked at it. Definitely not netcode.
Yeah.
I will say,
but
I do like the Hertz car, though. It's kind of a cool paint on Albertson there. Or sorry, not Albertson, the 22 Rodney Roberts.
Rent a racer.
I think we are getting ready to choose.
Here's a nice silver black. I love that paint scheme there.
Yep,
I
this
really like
should
Saunders.
be choose con.
The Stafford decided to stay down low at Justice. I think both of those guys just kind of want to get out in front, maybe run away from this thing a little bit. But that is our third caution. So what's going to happen now is we are going to go the rest of the way under green.
Yeah.
I like your optimism.
All right, and as we can see, their pace car lights are off again. We're getting ready to restart here on lap 19 of 45 in the first stage. In the restart zone, and We're off again here at Homestead, Miami. Great jump by Tyler Justice here. And while we're bunched up here, let's go to a quick crank it up.
Oh, one car on the wall.
Oh, he's in the wall again.
Hopefully everybody's going to get by him here. Yeah, he's been running that high line for the last couple of laps, so I don't know if maybe he just got a little bit too high into the marbles or what, but it just sent him right up into the wall. Tyler Justice, who spotted me in Walmart the other day. These guys are starting to spread out a little bit, seeing a lot of consistent lines, guys kind of following the guys in front of them, settling in, getting ready for a longer run. And I think everybody kind of has the jitters out now. Everybody knows to respect the track a little bit more than what we were doing. And now they're getting more comfortable, getting into a rhythm. Once the rhythm is figured out, what line is figured out, then the racing is going to start picking up right at the end of the stage. That's when the tires are going to be worn down. So it's really going to get sketchy towards the end of this stage. There you see two distinct lines of these guys, kind of like really, they're almost 3-4 lanes apart from each other. A lot of room in this racetrack. Nice lines in the corners and coupling bangs. So this track usually looks like a mini Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It had 4 distinct corners at the 1.5 mile length, and it was insane. That's when they decided to get rid of those corners and turn it into the sweeping oval that it is now, but just a lot less banking back then. They added the banking, I'd say about what, 15 years ago, and it seems to be a lot more fun at a racetrack now than it was then. Actually, it's probably been what, more like 20, 25 years since they banked this track like this.
Look it up. Look it up.
I don't want to sound too old. Look at the Riz on date.
2003.
Look at the Riz on date. Look at that. Nice smooth line he has. He's not running the steering wheel as hard as you see in some of the other drivers. Seems like he has a nice handling car so far. Has been moving his way up a bit, struggling at the beginning of this race. I think everybody was struggling. I don't know if pulled tires or what, but he seems to be settling in. Yeah. Yep, that's true too. I forgot about those quick cautions. Whoa, we saw one car there doing the old skipperoonie out the back. Woo, who was that? I'm not sure what car number that was.
I did not see that.
Yeah, it was. '52 car making the pass. Terrell and Robert still going at it. Conti's moved up. Yeah, you should get past them. Nice job, Kramer, realizing it's not worth fighting so hard for right now. You see that car there, he drove that car in so deep. I'm surprised he stuck that thing, gave him a little bit of a slide job, and he ended up, the 16 ended up coming up and kissing the wall there. He's starting to pull away now. We've seen a lot of speed out of his, pretty much out of every race so far this season. And you see this pack of cars there, you got about every manufacturer there is in the world going at it. Man, whenever I'm on that outside lane and I see a car underneath me coming off the corners, it always makes you wonder. And a lot of stress going into that corner. Oh, is somebody else battling there? This guy's been battling for what, 15 laps now?
Something like that.
Saunders, but you know, seems like some of these guys are really starting to head towards that higher line as well. You know, I'm starting to see. Whoa, heard somebody hitting the wall there. Let's let's see if we can see which manufacturer is going high and which one's going low as far as the chassis packages we have. We have a bunch of different setup factories and things like that. And let's see if it's making a difference what setup. Yep, we do. Wow. Yeah, he is, and he's running fast as well. And that's the 4 car is touching the wall on the outside. That 30 car able to squeeze right through there to get underneath Saunders. So Bunkley is still battling with Saunders, but Bunkley right now has that position. If he can keep it off the wall. Oh, Saunders comes fighting back with the slide job. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, man.
It looks like their fastest laps when qualifying were 33.5s, and right now they are running 35-second laps, almost 36-second laps.
Yeah.
So about roughly about a second and a half, 2 second fall off.
We have a couple more laps coming on up. Definitely see 1 car there in the middle lane. So everybody's using all 3 lanes here. But it seems like the popular one is that higher lane right now, except for those 2 and that guy. Make me a liar. Go ahead.
Oh, we got a caution.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, they wrecked I think the leader was just wrecked. Oh, the 67 got loose and just turned him into the wall. That would have been Joe Kotarski who just turned the leader. And that I'm hearing that is the stage.
Yeah, let's not interview him right now. Yeah, it's just yeah. Hopefully not. Wow.
Wow.
Oh man. Wow. That what a horrible break. You know what? Guess what? That's my pick. Justice is gonna win this race. He's he's fired up right now. He's Yeah, watch that car.
Good.
Oh.
If you wanna, if yeah, I think so.
That was giving people. Yeah, gotcha, guys. I'm not sure who won the stage, but I know that was the stage. I think I might have got it.
I know, obviously not the way you want to win. And looks like Saunders actually got into it with DeCarlo as well, so it allowed you to slide forward into P2.
Yeah, a lot of things are happening right now. I'm happy we're finally getting some green flag laps though, so that's good.
So we looked like we were looking at it. Looked about 2.5 seconds of fall off. How's the car feeling out there?
It feels good. I'm just trying to take it easy. Kind of didn't look like it there later in that stage, but I'm trying to take it easy because the tires do get shredded up here long run.
Gotcha. Well, great first stage there. Good job keeping the car clean, and good luck for the rest of the race.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Let me get him back to factory, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, that was Joe Stafford, driver of the 2 car. He believes he took the stage win there after the unfortunate wreck by Tyler Justice, who was running P1. But obviously, I think the rule is because he was involved in the incident that brought out the caution that he loses his spots once that caution's thrown. So that's just a guess.
What a
but
tough break. What a tough break. Man. Well, now you got Saunders out front with Stafford, Bunkley, Terrell, DeCarlo. So, a couple of new faces, and this is the first time that we've seen Saunders start a race.
also just realized I think my mic has been muted for the past 10 minutes. I don't know, to the stream.
Oh, really? Incredible.
Like, right before, as I was interviewing Stafford, I realized I had to unmute my mic in OBS. But I don't know. Chat, let me know. What was I? Because I was talking a lot there. So
That is hysterical.
Hey,
I love
it happens. It happens.
For what they pay us, you get what you get. You like what you get.
Yeah, exactly.
See the 30 of
Okay,
Asher
Corey.
Bunkley keeps blinking.
Pace car's off. Zack Saunders with the jump on the inside there, looking to slide up in front of the 2 car of Joe Stafford, who we just spoke with, to get a good entry in turn 1.
Man. Something's got to be done about Bunkley's connection here.
Yep, and backing up just a bit, you see the 22 car, Rodney Roberts, who was involved in that wreck with Sylvain Jolly earlier, rolling on that high line, trying to gain some positions early.
Oh.
Zack Saunders still up top, or sorry, down low rather, in P1. We got a couple cars side by side. It looks like
we got a
the
wreck in
9K.
Caution.
Yeah. Wow. That could have been a lot worse. Not sure who that was, but
I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh,
it looks like the 62. Yeah, and he just collected a bunch of people there.
Yeah, that was worse than I thought, actually. I only saw one car go around. Oof. Oh.
Sorry, not the 62, but the 29 rather. Though showing in the live timing as Mason Hoffner in that 29 car, so seemed to just got a little bit loose. Our leader Tyler Just is able to get through there. Not our leader, but stage 1 leader for most of the stage until the very end of the stage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, to be quite honest with you, I mean, yeah, that was just, I don't even know what to say. That's, wow. You know, we're all here to learn. I mean, this is one of our top tier leagues, but you know, things happen, and this is what we get. It's going to weed out some of these accidents, and everybody's going to start driving really smooth. But we're going to have a long stage coming up,
Yep.
and I need to get the stuff straightened out now because we can't have another 30 cautions. You know, I think the longest run we had last night, oh, Monday night. I'm sorry, Sunday night was what, five laps. So that's not what we want here. We're gonna see a nice long green flag run, I promise. I was almost right about the last one, just got cut short. You know, that was close. That would have been a gimme if it was golf. Oh, I thought well, I saw some smoke back there. I thought we saw an accident on the Bluestone. It's actually, I see some smoke coming from the pits. Is that one of the cars?
Someone grilling.
Money grilling. See if I can. A couple of drivers are complaining about the blinking.
Oh boy, man, yeah. You know, I gotta tell you, it's. I mean, they've got a gripe. You know, and it's. I don't care how great your system is, man. You need a hard connection. I spent all kinds of crazy money trying to get a faster Wi-Fi connection, and nothing's like the hardcore connection. And as you can tell there, the blinking.
Yep, and it looks like pace car lights are off again, so Zack Saunders in command of the field, about to enter the Geico restart zone. Looking to have a great jump, and he does just that. Great jump on the inside line there, going to slide up again to open up turn 1.
And hopefully that car doesn't start blinking on the, oh boy, because this causing huge wreck from the field. Hopefully it clears up. Yeah, they're running way too tight right there for that to be happening.
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten the connection flag yet.
Hopefully he can spin it out. He's been so fast. Every race we've seen him in, he's been very fast tonight. So hopefully that won't affect how he finishes this race. I'd hate to see him end up in the back because of it. Now you're starting to see the cars fan out quite a bit back there. Starting to fan out about 8th or 9th spot. The guys already choosing that higher line. Right now we see the lower line and even that middle line seems to be working a little bit. Are they split up in front, give you a slide jump. One car going way low, rushing up to top that corner. It's like that middle line coming off the corner, you just cannot keep the back of the car. It's like every time you exit the corner of that middle line, you have such a chance of spinning. See the 6 car there going way down low.
Yeah, Tyler Just is doing his best to fight back.
Yeah. Oh man, there's one car bouncing off the wall there. Hold on to it. Yeah, Justice already up to 7th spot. Like I said, he's an angry man right now.
I got you, Kane Lane. I had it set to top 20, but I just set it to split. I think currently there are 36 cars on the track. 19 cars on the lead left.
See Kramer sneaking his way in that 52 car. He's up into the top 10 now.
Yeah, it looks like for third position, we have DeCarlo and Stafford battling it out behind the blinker of Asher Bunkley. You know, if I'm these guys though, I'm just riding right now. I'm content where I am. So we have some 3 wide further back. We're gonna get a sorted come out in the front stretch, but that lead that was Sylvain Jolly, Ted Lisby, and Mark Morton all fighting for the same position there, going into turn 3 and 4. Yeah, no problem, Kane Lane. Gotcha, man.
Wow, so there's another slide job we see. Now, it's still early in this stage. I mean, how much are you guys saving? How much are you guys going? I know you want the point. You know, do you want to save a little bit of tire for later on?
I would
What
think.
are you guys going to do if you're in this race?
I'm saving.
Yeah, I mean, 45 laps is quite the distance to go on one set. And if we just keep riding green flag here, then you're saving. Yes, you're going to let cars by, but really, I mean, you have to think with that fall off that they're just going to be able to reel them back in by the end of the stage. But a couple of cars that we've consistently seen on the high line, Mark Morton in the 39 machine, ripping the top rather consistently, as well as the 98 car there, John Terrell.
I would love to know what the tire wear difference was as far as the top line to the bottom line after that long green flag run we have. And I think you really have to save this early in the race. The surface is getting older and chewing up tires more and more, and it's almost becoming a Darlington type racetrack. And you see guys struggling. You see the car there blinking again. Wow. Was that me or did the car blink?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Didn't catch which car you're talking about there.
Yeah, he's still blinking on my screen.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on the in car. We saw that disappear. And that's tough to watch when you're trying to race that person, you know. Right now, he's kind of further up. You see these two guys fighting side by side. Almost identical paint jobs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now they are teammates. How hard are you gonna fight your teammate here at stage 2, trying to save some tires to it looks like they're I mean, it looks like they're gonna fight for this position pretty hard.
Well, the thing is they're not getting too close to each other, so
yep.
You know, they're kind of respecting each other, but you can definitely see the two distinct lines. So same team, just two different preferred lines, and you see them just give the position up, and that's the best thing you can do. If your teammate's faster, it's always best just to let him go. That's why he's your teammate. Work with him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it could be one car has the car set up to run the high lane, where one guy's wanting to run the low side early, but yeah, it seems like they're able to sort that out. They're backing up just a little bit. We have the 39 of Mark Martin, who we saw running the high line early. He's actually slid back a couple of spots. Ted Lisby, Barry Kramer, driver of the 52 car, looking to take one more spot from Morton here.
These guys are battling out. Is that Morton or Martin? That's Morton, right?
Mark Morton in the Taco Bell machine there. Yeah, 39.
Yeah, all right. I wanted to make sure, you know, because, you know, it's a big deal to carry that last name. And, you know, we don't just let anybody come on to the Crown Jewel Racing League and let them use it. So he must have been designated Morton for a reason, but he's moved his way up into the 10th spot right now. And you know what? His fall-off times don't seem to be as bad as others. He's still running fast. Wow, yeah, he's running great laps.
And coming up ahead a little bit, Asher Bunkley, the guy who was blinking a little bit earlier, has dropped back to P4. DeCarlo and Justice were able to get by him. And Justice, I mean, we saw him wreck at the end of stage 1 there. He's up to P2 now. And just ahead of him, Zack Saunders, who seems to be running a tire-saving line. Let's see if Justice, after fighting his way through the field here, is going to be able to reel in Zack Saunders.
Well, Justice just out at all those points.
Oh, they're wrecking.
Big wreck. Oh!
Oh, man.
Thank God this is iRacing, because that was a horrible hit.
That's the 2-car Joe Stafford, who we just spoke with there at the end of the stage. And that car is, I mean, that car is completely destroyed.
Wow, that was such a hard hit. If he was in a full motion setup, he just got tossed into the floor. That was
As
a
we
horrible,
see the 2
horrible
and
hit.
I believe it's the 30 car. Man, yeah, and we just saw a similar issue earlier where the car on the inside gets into the right, or sorry, the left rear quarter going into turn 3.
Seems like the cars are getting sucked right into each other. Let's see what happens.
Oh, it's just a little net code there. Ah, man, and you have to think if that 30 car that's been blinking, if obviously the net code is going to be worse for him than other cars too. But yeah, that's the 30 car Asher Bunkley that Joe was got into the left rear quarter of, and he's heavily damaged as well.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, he's been there for a while in that car, and he hasn't even had a hood put back on yet. So he's probably still in tow mode. That was a horrible, horrible hit.
So that pulls Zack Saunders back to the teeth of Tyler Justice now, sitting P2, working his way through the field. Let's see if they, I believe they elected to stay out here. I don't think they'd be pitting this time, but I think this is choose cone, so...
Yeah.
Let's see if Justice has enough Tyler to... Justice has enough tire to keep up with Saunders here, who's been able to run the tire save line for most of the stage so far.
The reason why you stumbled on that word is because you tried to put an R on a tire. So, you know, that's your own fault. We don't say that up here.
I read Tyler Justice and I was thinking tire at the same time, so that's probably what happened.
Unfortunately today, speaking of which, I'm actually on a little bit of a diet. I will say that I had to turn down some clam chowder today. And yes, that's exactly how you're supposed to pronounce it.
How could you?
Yeah, it wasn't easy. Captain Parker's, man, on Cape Cod, you gotta love him. But yeah, man, if I want to wear my Speedo on the beaches of Italy, you know, I gotta kind of slim down a little bit.
No, you don't. I don't think you do actually anymore.
I don't want to look
not anymore.
I don't want to look like Snuffleupagus trying to get through a cat door. Oh, these guys are getting ready to go green one more time. Halfway through the stage pretty much. Yeah.
And you see Tyler Justice actually slotted behind Saunders there instead of electing to be on his right side on the outside. So we'll see how this restart works out for him. And Saunders is off out of the restart zone. Great jump. He's going to look to slide up just a bit to open up the corner. And the real battle is going to be behind him, DeCarlo and Justice. Looks like Justice is able to take that inside line and secure position 2. And backing up a bit, we have a lot of side-by-side action. 5th place back.
What's making me nervous is we've seen a couple of cars get together doing just that right there, just getting too close together and hitting each other. And I'm seeing it all over the track right now, and I'm just hoping we can get through this and get spread out a little bit more so we don't have another caution.
Yeah, and just double checking on the leaders here. It looks like they are single filed out, though. It looks like the 24 car of DeCarlo is actually getting a great run on the 6 there, but it's just going to stall out as they go through 3 and 4. We'll keep an eye on that Delta, but back here we have a lot of side-by-side racing still going on.
Or wide.
39 of Mark Morton and Jolly there in the 8 car. Trying to sort out where exactly they're trying to run here. 39 car gonna keep low.
26 is hanging tough there too. His line is even lower than that. And you see 2 cars there, touch again, that right front to the left rear. Wow, that was a close call there. Now they're going to go 3 wide just to avoid the wreck. He's doing everything he can to keep that car off the wall. That's going to allow everybody to get a little bit more single file. But these guys, his teammate is still battling out, trying to keep it off the wall as well. So 2 teammates running real hard, real close together. Well, you see that car get a little squirrely off the backside too. So I think the handling of these cars is starting to go away now that we've got 27 laps on the stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're about a second slower.
Yep, already. So that would make sense. What you said earlier was about just around 2 seconds off. So if we're halfway through the stage, you're right on the money. So good call by you guys, paying attention to that. 22 car hanging tough right now. A couple more cars moving up on that higher line. But out front, it's still Saunders and Justice going at it. You know, and I figured that Justice was going to kind of get right around Saunders. And I don't know if they're just fighting for it or if maybe Justice might have burnt up his tires a little bit coming through the field and maybe settling in, trying to save for the rest. What do you think?
Definitely could be a possibility.
He's definitely going to have to save at some point.
Yeah, and you see Tyler Justice ripping the top. He's going to have momentum coming down the backstretch here. Saunders most likely just going to have to concede the position to Justice.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful because he might lose second. I don't know if I want to get close to other cars like that. Oh, man, every time we've seen it, it's been bad news, but that higher line is going to have the momentum coming off the corner.
That
And
22
drafting-
took tires, trying to get a lap back. He's 2 down.
And drafting does work here down the back straightaways. Look at that
Yeah.
run that 60 car just got.
Yeah, great run by him there. And I mean, the fact that Justice was able to work through the field and get a pass done on Saunders there on the outside. Oh, and the Saunders
Wow.
doing just squeezing just above the 26. I believe that's the car you just mentioned that took tires. 26 Caleb Sheets trying to get his lap back. And I mean, you got to race hard to try to get that lap back, but you know, you got to be careful about the leaders around you. And Saunders getting a great run on Tyler Justice here.
Whoa.
And Caleb
Quick
Sheets going to
move.
throw the car down, and
Oh, man.
Saunders going to get used up there by Sheets, and I'm sure there's and Saunders whipping that wheel around trying to keep that car from going sideways on him. And
all of a sudden, Sheets comes out of nowhere.
yeah, Sheets is a lap down, so he is driving to try to get that lap back before the caution comes out for the stage. But Saunders actually side by side with Justice now, coming out into the backstretch. And I'm sorry, guys. It looks like Morton was able to capitalize on all that drama with Sheets coming around and take the lead. So Morton out to the first position spot. Saunders and Justice battling for 2. It looks like Justice is going to slide back, and now he's under pressure from DeCarlo and Sellers.
These guys are starting to beat and bang like this is a short track further in the back of the field. And we've seen a lot of cars have issues battling side by side. Yeah, I'd be really worried if somebody's on the inside of me here. Um, we saw Sheets kind of use up a car on the way through the corner, and now you got these guys going side by side. A lot of respect given right there. A lot of respect given, and that's why they made it through that corner in one piece.
Yeah,
But
and
you're
these guys
starting
are
to see.
fighting pretty hard. Mark Martin able to,
Oh, the 43 just slammed the outside wall.
and we
Not
have a
sure what
caution
happened.
out.
Ooh.
Oh, it looked like he got some help from the 98. Just right reared him again, turned him, overcorrected, and hit the outside wall.
Ooh.
Doesn't look like he collected
Oh,
anybody else.
let's go on board with the 98.
It looks like, let's see, let me back this up just a hair.
Oh, yeah.
So you see the 43 there on the inside, 98 coming off the wall with a lot of momentum. And he tries to slide under the 43, set up the corner, and he just gets up into him, it looks like.
Well, it seemed like the 43 car kind of came down a little bit early for that corner. I don't know if they, not
That was
quite
Josh
sure on that
Stoltz.
one. No, no, he seemed.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
This,
yeah, I don't know. It's so close to call out. Yeah,
I'm glad that's not my job figuring that stuff out.
yeah. I was just about to say that, but I'm hearing reports that the 17 car is also blinking. This is really the first time that we've had an issue with connections like this in a race, and luckily it hasn't caused a big wreck yet.
And I want to back up just a bit here to where Mark Morton actually took P1. Because I did miss this. Unfortunately, I missed it. Let's see. I know Caleb Sheets, he sends it down on the inside of Saunders coming into turn 3 here. You see Mark Morton currently sitting 3rd spot, choosing to go to the high lane here. So he's going to have a lot of speed coming off. Sheets throwing the car on the inside to try to get his lap back. And yeah, he's able just to gather all momentum and then go underneath Justice here to
Wow.
take P1. And Justice giving him a tiny bit of a shot there going into turn 1, but still able to get it done.
I don't think Justice knew he was there.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
He
I mean,
came
he had
on
a
so
great
fast.
run. So that was I believe that was a couple laps or 1 lap before that caution came out, but great move there by 39 of Mark Morton, up 3 spots from the start of this race, sitting P1.
It's a lot harder to say, isn't it?
Mark Morton. Yeah.
Mark Morton. We're so used to hearing Mark Martin, and
Yeah. And just behind him, Leeroy Sellers Jr., the 25
nice
car, up 15 spots, sitting P2. He's going to elect to start on the outside of Mark Morton. And behind Morton will be the 6 car of Tyler Justice on this restart.
It's good to see Sellers running up front.
I'm trying to see, did Caleb Sheets end up getting a waiver? I don't think he did, because Morton was able to get out in front of Sheets there after he threw it on the inside. So he just gets shuffled back, and he's in the 17th position, but a lap down. So,
Yeah, he got a lap back. He was 2 down.
oh, he was 2 down? Okay.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
was 2
Okay.
down, so he got a lap back. They must have gave him a wave around.
All right, well, pace car lights are off. We are on lap 37 of 45 of the second stage here. So it should be quite the battle to the end of the stage here. We have a lot of fast guys up front. Pace car turns off onto pit lane, waiting on the restart by Mark Morton. He's going to jump on the inside line, get a great leap away from that pack.
Sellers spun his tires a little bit there.
Yeah, top line stacking up just a little bit.
And Morton is gone. He got a great jump.
Though I will say,
Justice is falling on the outside,
Yeah,
though.
I mean, did too. Where did he come from?
And Morton under fire early, heading into third turn here at Homestead, Miami, and Justice looking to the bottom.
Oh, he's in the wall.
Yeah,
They're both in the wall.
25's in the wall, and Justice is gonna be side by side with Morton come down the front stretch. DeCarlo is currently sitting P3. He's gonna run the outside line with Morton there. Justice on the inside. Let's see if Justice has to slide up in front of DeCarlo. If DeCarlo's able to get the momentum. Oh, and a big checkup by DeCarlo. We got the palm trees in the way. Sorry about that.
Somebody else was in the wall.
Who planted those palm trees?
Everybody is getting loose right now.
Yeah, that was just about to say that. They're really struggling after these restarts.
They've been 5 laps to the end of the stage, so they are completely on an all-out sprint until the end of the stage here. Morton checked out completely. The racing is going on behind him for P2 between DeCarlo and Justice. Zack Saunders stalking around, waiting to see if he can steal a spot here at the end of the stage.
Now, poor Justice, he had to burn up his tires coming through this field after getting wrecked on the stage lap, which was just such a horrible break for him. So he's trying to get back every bit, and he's going to fight down low to try to get around that car.
Yeah, DeCarlo's just going to have too much speed, and he's angling that thing off the corner. Saunders is there. Justice has to navigate his way around his nose, and he's going to be trapped on the low side. Saunders now up top. Going into turn 3, DeCarlo having just a moment of relief as he sees the fighting going on behind him. And we have a whole gaggle of cars coming down the front stretch.
That is not good. And it's like watching
3 by 3 going into turns 1 and 2. Saunders trapped in the middle.
Wow. Wow. This is some of the best racing that we've seen so far this year in this series. And
I think DeCarlo, sorry to cut you off, DeCarlo got into the wall there. He's going to allow the 23 to slide up in front of him.
DeCarlo, I didn't see DeCarlo hit the wall, but behind DeCarlo, it was a mess.
Yeah, it's just he slowed up so much. I assume he got into the wall, or I'm not exactly sure what happened, but
coming flying off that corner there. I know he wants this stage to be over.
Yeah, look, DeCarlo's in the wall again. He's just super tight trying to run that wall.
Yeah.
And it has cost him numerous spots now. And Justice is trapped behind him.
Just moved up in the second, Lisby. Lisby's gotten around Sellers and moved into the second spot.
Yeah, where did Lisby come from? He's running real strong here at the end of the stage. And backing up a little bit, we have Saunders, DeCarlo, and Justice behind the palm trees there. Saunders is going to claim that bottom line. Justice will be running a lane up, and DeCarlo going to try to make that top line work, though. It's been super tight from the past several laps.
Oh, man,
and Justice's car is just going to float up and just be super tight on exit, so he's going to lose a lot of time there.
These guys are just doing everything they can to hold on for one more lap. That guy was sideways on both ends trying to hold on to that car. You can see him there.
Yeah, let's just go on board here. DeCarlo actually electing to run the bottom line here. Saunders right about a lane up from him.
Yeah, both those cars skating everywhere.
And I believe this is the stage. This should be throwing the caution here in a second now. Yep, that's the end of the stage 2 there. So
Morton gets the stage points. Winner of stage 2. And Lisby out of nowhere.
Yeah, Lisby comes up to take P2 and stage 2, and Zack rather up 24 spots to get P3 there for stage 2.
Well, this race is just about, by the time we get back to green, it's going to be halfway over. And, we've already had, this is the 8th caution, and a lot of the cars that we were expecting to be up front are fighting to get their laps back right now. But Morton, Lisby, and Cries. Oh man, you know what? I feel bad for this kid
Krozak,
Tyler. I think is
Krozak, yep, Tyler
I
Krozak.
cannot pronounce. I'm sorry, bro. Tyler, I love you, kid. Uh,
So I will
they came flying up. They must have had tire pitted the last caution, and they used that to
yep.
move their way forward. And look at them now; they're up front.
Yeah,
Tyler's leading this race right now.
I will say it looks like Krozak and Lisby actually took tires on lap 80. So Morton was the only one on older tires. He pitted lap 60. So that was where a lot of that end of stage speed came from. But looks like nearly everybody obviously will be coming down pit lane now for the start of the third and final stage here at Homestead, Miami. And while we're on stage break here, let's just take a quick ad break, and we'll be right back for the conclusion of the Hard Rock Bet 300. And we are back here at Homestead, Miami, for the start of the third and final stage. I believe by the time we go green here, it'll be about 105 laps of racing. Pace car lights are off, so we are coming to green this time by.
Hopefully we can go green and get some pit stops. Get some green flag pit stops.
Ooh, green flag pit stops.
Pace car
I'm
comes
not
down.
exactly sure.
Tyler's in command right now. Let's see what he can do. Go for it. Gets a decent jump right there. Morton hangs tough, and he pulls right in front of him. I think that's a smart move, and he's going to have a great race in the corner right now. Already, these guys are going 3 wide. Fighting 4th position right there. Another slide jump. Touch the wall. Man, when you touch the wall like that, it's so hard to keep your car straight after that,
Yeah, DeCarlo up into the wall again. We saw him in the wall at the end of the last stage, and the 44
the 44 wreck,
around.
and he collects a 17 into the 98.
Oh
man. Jinx. Wow.
It just came out a little too overzealous there, and probably thunderfoot that throttle, and just that thing flipped around on him.
Seems like it takes like 5 or 6 laps, really even more, to get these tires to stick. Seems like we always have these problems of people spinning right after a caution.
Yeah, you can see the car upset just a little bit already going through the turns 3 and 4 here, and he just overcorrects and comes down the track, collects a 17, and the 98 actually gets caught up in that too. John Terrell, a lot of front end damage.
Both of the teammate cars get collected in that?
Watch it one more time here. So 44 centering your screen there, gets car upset. DeCarlo actually upset on the top line going into the wall, though it might have saved him. Let's see. Oh, and DeCarlo actually able barely just to get out of that. So DeCarlo gets loose into the wall, sees a car wrecking in front of him, keeps his foot in it, sees a 17 coming up and just able to slide by. Oof.
Wow, that was close. And you know, good luck for him too, because he had gotten into that outside wall, and he would have lost a lot more positions if that caution flag didn't come out.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean, he seems so committed to that top line there, but he has gotten in the wall whenever it seems like we put the camera on him. So hopefully we'll get that sorted out.
Like I say, you know, earlier we talked about it's almost like it's becoming a smooth version of Darlington.
Yeah. Yep.
You ride that tough wall, but she'll bite you.
Yeah, and Tyler Krosek actually going to be able to keep P1 for now. Justice is going to be starting on the outside of him in P2. So tall task for Tyler Krosek. Going to have to try to fight off Justice starting on the outside here with Zack Saunders right behind him. But regardless, I think starting P1 here, being out front, it's a very safe place to be with these restarts. So as long as he realizes, like, look, I got a lot of really highly skilled guys around me, a lot of fast guys around me. Just going to do my best to keep the most spots, and I'll end up with a good finish here.
Some of these guys were running really hard, and you know, it's lap 98, 100 laps to go. It's I think you got to really try to save here. Just for you have to plan on a green flag run, a green flag pit stop here. I think just to be safe, you have to worry about it. And how soon do you come in for that green flag? Like, do you wait till like lap 50? Do you come in before? If you're on a green flag run, it's gonna screw you up even more.
That's always a tough call, because I mean, you want to kind of wait in case there's a caution that comes out once green flag stops start, but you don't want to wait too long, or else you'll lose too much time to the guys who get the fresh tires. But
yeah. And then there's a point where it could be such a long green flag run that you miss your opportunity to come in and pit, but they're not going to be able to make 100 laps on a tank of fuel anyway. So we know there's going to be at least one more stop.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the fuel window. If anyone in chat can let me know, but I think it's around like 63 laps. I'm not 100% sure.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So we have, as we go green, we're going to be on lap 100. So it'll be exactly halfway through the race. And hopefully we won't have another 9 cautions. These guys getting ready to go. They're getting a little bit impatient right there, stacking up just a little bit, coming off the corner. There goes Tyler, gets a great jump. Although
Justice is right there though, and Zach's looking inside.
Zach's hanging in there.
Come on, Tyler.
Justice going hardcore on the outside. But Tyler's hanging tough down there. Now that outside line has help with 3 cars, and it's kind of going to leave that 15 out to dry, heading off into turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, Tyler Justice is just going to have all the speed here, running about a halfway up. Oh, we see the Taco Bell car get loose.
4 wide,
He's
going
able
into
to save
1.
it.
Man.
Yeah, we do have some battling right now, but it looks like Zack Saunders is going to take the 2, backing up a little bit. Mid-pack, we have side by side, 3, 4 wide.
What? And these guys are just breaking loose coming off the corners here.
Yep, and we saw the 39 and Mark Morton get loose on that opening drive there. He's committed to that high line again early in this stage.
He's in the wall again.
You know, I think at this point, from what I'm saying, I'm just going to settle in and wait till all these guys burn up their stuff because they are running extremely hard, and it's very early in this run.
Oh, and Justin
There's
Bell
one
chases
car.
a car all the way down the track. He's going to give up a handful of spots, working his way back up, but that lets Sylvain Jolly slide ahead to be in P7 now.
Yeah, well, now I know where they got the term chalupa because that's just what happened to him.
Sorry for the camera work there, but I was trying to catch. It looks like the 26 of Caleb Sheets working hard on the car in front of him. I want to say the 63 actually is a lap down car, Henry Kalhoff, right? Yeah, it looks that way.
So. Yep, he's one lap down. Now this track was redone, and we didn't have. Oh, there's
39
another
in the
car
wall
in the
again.
wall.
Mark Morton in the wall. I respect the commitment to the outside line, but man, we're seeing
definitely.
a lot of guys into the wall. I'm kind of like Sylvain Jolly there. Like if I'm running the wall, like I'm not really on the wall. I'm like half a lane off of it just because I'm too scared. But
Yeah, you know what? That's exactly how I am. I do not like getting that close to the wall.
right.
Nothing good ever happens for me when I run up there. So I'm kind of like doing what Jolly's doing, kind of right a car length off the wall, but not quite that middle lane.
Let's just take a peek at our leader. You see the interval dropping lower and lower. Justice and DeCarlo might just end up in a battle here early in this third and final stage for P1.
Both of these guys have had their issues tonight. I mean, Justice absolutely robbed at the end of stage 1. So he got good points after battling back last stage, but this time he's out front and he's going to want to stay there. I think his car is a lot faster than what he's running. I think he's just kind of running he's running the speed just to kind of stay out in front of everybody. I think he has the car to win this thing, and I think after that spin, he's more determined than ever to win this race. I'm still putting my money on Justice in that 6 car.
Yeah, Justice has been strong all night. DeCarlo showing a lot of speed here, though, in this third stage, sticking with Justice pretty well. But let's see if he can hold on to it as the run continues.
Prospect seems to be falling back a little bit. I think those older tires hanging on did what they were supposed to do, man. It kept them out front. It got the stage points.
Yep.
And now he's okay to fall back a little bit. And he's going to be in good shape after this next pit stop. Cars starting to fan out a lot throughout the track. Everybody's taking burn through to the next content, whenever that may be. A lot of these guys are also thinking about what's going to happen if it's a green flag pit stop. I think if we have a long run, there's no way you're going to win this race if you come in and just get 2 tires. You have to get 4.
Yeah, the only way I see 2 working here is if you know, like if it's the very end of the race, like 5 or less laps after a long green flag stint like this, you're gonna want to take 4. But
yeah. And even then, you're just hoping to gain a position or 2 right, by taking 2 tires.
Yeah, if you're in the lead and you know guys behind you are gonna try to take 2 to jump up, take the lead from you. I think really, if you're in the lead and you want to maintain the lead so you can judge the restart and jump ahead for the last several laps, I think that's really the only time I would suggest taking 2.
You see, he was a couple laps down. He's moved his way up to 6th spot right now. He
Yeah,
was
we
2
were
laps down a
questioning.
little while ago.
Yep, we were questioning his move against Saunders and Justice earlier, but it seems like it has really worked out for him. He's up to P6 now after being 2 laps down earlier in this race. So
And he's had some bad luck in a few races this year. I know at the road course there in Texas, he didn't have a great finish, and he ran out front for a little while and had trouble on turn 1, I believe. And we've seen so many cars come into a road course like that and have issues. And where he is in the points right now is really not indicative of where he should be. He should be in the top 3. He's really had some good runs and just bad luck bites him. So I'm really glad to see him battle back. And I'll tell you what, talking about the Team Never Quit Award, coming back from 2 laps down, now he's running in the top 5. Good on you, number 26.
Yep, up 13 spots, sitting P5 currently. Moving back just a little bit, saw some action with Serene Jolly. He seems to be trying to arc out these corners to try to get some speed so he can get around who's in front of Sylvain, sorry. I think there's a lap car in front of him, actually. That's why I'm not seeing it.
Tyler should be in front of him.
And it is looking like it's getting a little cloudy, or we're under a cloud now. You can see the track darkening up. So what that offers these drivers is grip. And into this run now, lap 113 at 200, numerous laps into this run, green flag run, they're gonna actually see a lot of speed in the race car. I think we might see some faster lap times as we come around here for lap 114.
Track temps were 104 and they're 92 now.
Yeah, wow, that's over a 10-degree drop, 12 degrees exactly. I just ran the numbers.
With that grip brings confidence. When you have that confidence and your car is handling well and you're running strong and you have that lovely grip, you're going to push it even harder. Wear down those tires a little bit more. But when the car handles well, you're having a lot more fun. You have a lot more confidence. That's when we're going to see these guys really start to battle it out. And hopefully we don't see things like that get out of control.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think like something like that were to happen on a hotter track. Does the 39 slide up just a foot further into Jolly there? So I mean,
that would have been it.
Yeah, the cooler track temps definitely change the lap to lap battling that we see.
And being in Florida, it's always hot anyways, but that cooler track temperature means cooler air as well. And these cars love the cooler air. Cooler air means more horsepower. These guys, whoa, big slide job there. Looked like he anticipated that, and he didn't want to get wrecked. Great crossover, and he's going to be able to take it.
Yep, that's the 25 by Leeroy Sellers Jr. Moving up a spot. I believe the 52 of Barry Kramer there, and the 55 behind him, Cameron Romano. I want to say, did he have a UL? Yeah, he did have a UL. So yes. Up 19 spots right now, currently sitting P10.
Whoa, almost lost there. What's on here?
What's that?
Hang on 1 second, I'll be right with you. I lost my screen. There we go. I thought I lost my screen there for a second. Everything went dark on me.
Oh, Lord.
Justin DeCarlo is just slightly spreading out his lead just a little bit on Saunders. But
Oh, you see Saunders right there on his inside.
Right there, and then just hitting stuck right back, and that right there is where we see trouble a few times. Guys getting too close, coming off those corners, and he's going to end up coming back and taking position.
Yeah, I mean, you see Saunders get that dive on the inside. DeCarlo's going to have momentum on the outside here, but Saunders able to get the side job done. Is DeCarlo going to try to do a crossover here? No, he's just going to give it up. Saunders is going to take P2.
Once that track starts getting cooler on, they're going to have more grip, and things like this are going to happen more and more all over the track. But now you're seeing Saunders kind of just pulling away a bit. And way out front is that number 6 car.
Yeah, let's pull him in for an interview. What do you think?
Yeah.
In-race interview.
He might have a few choice words for us. This guy in that 43 car, he's had some issues earlier tonight, and he's battled his way forward. There were so many cars that got damaged in those wrecks we had earlier. There were so many. Whoa! We almost just had another one right there.
Oh,
and that's
my.
not what you want. That's the worst thing you can do. But man, you know, he's a lot better driver than I am. If I tried that, it would be all over. So look at the run that the 39 car has on him, and he's not going to be able to hold on to that there. And he's still going to try to battle back. You know, I think he has a great handling car. It's just those tires, I think, are really starting to hurt him.
Yeah, Tyler Krosek last pitted lap 80, whereas most of the field pitted lap 92. So he's at like a 12 lap disadvantage in those tires. And the 43 you see behind him actually is Josh Stoltz. He's a lap down, involved in an accident earlier, but seems to be having seems like the car is running okay, and he's turning decent laps here. So just behind them we have Sylvain Jolly in P8, up 5 spots from the start of the race. Not much pressure behind him, looking to move up further. Leeroy Sellers sitting P9. Barry Kramer in the 52 car sitting P10.
Jolly, we've seen finish on the podium this year. Been again, one of those drivers that's been snake bit for a couple of races, getting caught up in other people's messes. But he's battling his way forward, though, looking strong right now. But I think the car that everybody's going to try to catch is that number 6, because he's pulling away even further now from those guys behind him.
Yeah, I can't even find the camera angle to get them in the same shot. So, oh, there we go.
Yeah, but you know what? This is what we saw early in the race to him. He was way out front and got snake bit by somebody else's problem. So
could it happen again?
hopefully not. He's going to be a lot more cautious this time, and I'm telling you, he's determined more than ever to get up there. And the other car I want to see get up there for a podium finish tonight is that 26 car in Sheets. He's got it in him. We've seen a lot of speed out of him, so I want to see him in the front of this thing. I want to see him get out there. He can do this. He needs to have some good luck for a change.
Yep, and looking at the pit strategy here, it looks like 32 laps have been run on these tires currently, 32 laps of fuel used. So, I mean, what we're thinking here is around lap 57, we'll have some drivers come down pit lane. Around there, it could be before, it could be after. We'll just have to see what strategy they use. But pit road, I don't know about you guys, but I think pit road on this track is a little tricky. It kind of sneaks up on you. So
it definitely does.
If they're not careful, you know, they definitely could ruin their race if they don't get it slowed up enough or completely miss it.
Well, plus 2 is a lot of these cars have a lot of wear on their tires already, and they're having issues coming off the corners as it is. So now you're trying to come off the corner to slow down enough where you're not losing position, but yet you're not going to break the speed limit either. So it's a balancing act trying to come off into the pits here. So good luck to them. They're going to need it.
Yeah, and then in a race that seems like a lot of people have started to spread out and go one by one, we have a battle between Mark Morton and Caleb Sheets here. Caleb Sheets electing to use the outside line, hoping to gain some speed coming down the backstretch. Mark Morton he's gonna slide up and take the lane away from Sheets, but Sheets looking inside. I think he's just gonna slap behind him unless he tries to put a move here. Nah, he's just gonna give up the spot. Look,
No,
if I'm Caleb Sheets, I'm happy with 6th position after being 2 laps down, so I'm not going to do anything too crazy.
Now, you guys have raced a lot more in the series. Is there any pit lane where you're confident, where you think it's an easy one? One where, you're not so stressed out about coming down pit lane?
I feel like Richmond, it kind of has like that.
Yeah.
It kind of has like the lane that starts on the backstretch. It kind of guides you in, so that one's not too bad.
Yep. Richmond, one of my favorite tracks. I love watching races there as well as racing there.
No bias for the home track.
Yeah. I've actually been there racing in the modified.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not driving it, but working on one back in, I don't want to talk about how long ago it was, but it was a while ago.
Yep, and backing up just a bit here, we see Sylvain Jolly in the 25 car, Leeroy Sellers battling for position 7.
Oh, one car getting squirrely. He's heading up to the top lane. Hopefully he finds some grip up there, but he had a moment there, that second to last car in that line on this.
Chat, and I did just put a prediction out. Are we going to see green flag stops? Yes or no? So be sure to bet on that. I think yes, but I mean, I've been wrong many times before, so.
Well, of course, it's always the same question. You don't want to come in too early because as soon as you come in, there's going to be a caution. So I like to wait for a couple of guys to come in before I commit to it. But again, if you wait too long, those guys with the faster tires come back around. Next thing you know, you're even further behind.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Caleb Sheets is having a doozy getting around the 43 car of Josh Stoltz. I don't know if this is intentional or what, but Stoltz just is not. He's not on the lead lap, but he's not letting this leader get around easy.
Yeah, he's 11 down.
What? Yeah, I would be on the radio, I think.
Yeah, that's not what you want to say.
I mean, it could be Stoltz is just running faster laps consistently than the 26, but I mean, I just saw him slide up in front of him there. It was pretty close to something happening, but you see Jolly slide around the 25 on the outside. I think the 26 did get checked up just a bit by Stoltz. Just being in any dirty air here is always tough, so.
Well, not allow Jolly to get close.
Yep.
And down that long straightaway reminds me of Indy.
Yeah. You see Caleb Sheets running the high line here. Jolly just about a half car length, maybe a car length behind him. The 25 car, Leeroy Sellers, looking on the inside of Jolly. He's going to have the inside position heading to turns 3 and 4. Jolly going way outside with this. This may lead to a 3 wide coming down the front stretch if Jolly can keep his foot in it, but Caleb Sheets going to slide up in front of Jolly there. Let's see if Jolly gives him a push down the front stretch.
One guy we haven't really talked about much is Robert, in that 22 car. He was the front of this field all night long, and he's quietly creeped up into 4th spot right now.
Yeah, that 22 car actually was involved in a early wreck. I don't know if it was a wreck. I believe he was able to save it for the most part, but he just got used up and spun. But yeah, it's sitting P4 right now. No pressure behind, no pressure in front. So he's just logging laps now, thinking about strategy he's going to implement for these green flag stops coming up.
Yeah. Now we said 60 laps is about the distance
Yep.
that you
Yeah.
can run on a tank of fuel. So we have about 4 laps to go before we're inside that window. However, you know as well as I do, the chances of a green, white, checkered are pretty good. So I'm thinking you want to pit really around laps between lap 50 and 55. Just kind of split the stage in half.
Yeah, we could see some people come down a little bit earlier, a little bit later, just depending on what they're feeling, or if they see a caution coming out, or just really guess if a caution will come out, because don't want to get trapped and left down. Caleb, she's actually getting up into the wall, trying to run the high side there. He's going to drop back. Was in a battle with Jolly and Bill there, but obviously getting in the wall there is going to cost him a lot of time.
Yeah, I think he might have burnt up his tires trying to get around that lap car we saw earlier. But he's going to gather it back up and he's going to be just fine.
You see Bell here looking on the inside of the 808 car of Jolly. Don't think he's going to get the pass done on this lap, but having a great run off using the bottom there. Jolly's going to reel him just a bit, but Bell's going to have the positioning going into turns 1 and 2.
These guys are pushing it so hard right there through the corners.
Yep. Bell able to slide up in front of Jolly. Jolly still has a lot of speed coming down the backstretch. So it looks like Bell's going to be able to fight him off and hold the position for P7 there.
Now, Bell, we saw him. He was a lot further back in the field not that long ago, and he's worked his way up front now. And
yep,
his laps are getting more and more consistent, a little bit faster. So it's good to see him starting to creep his way back up to 7th now. He's going to set his eyes on Sellers in the 25. So
yeah,
a good run out of him. I think if we have a caution, everybody comes down pits, he's able to have a good pit stop. He's going to be somebody that we're going to have to watch out for.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I've actually seen any cars. I mean, it looks like he's going to be able to get around Stoltz here, but Stoltz has been a very big interruption for a lot of these leaders coming through, but it looks like Bell's able to make quick work of him there and get around him. Jolly hoping to do the same.
Now, if you want to make it to the end of the race, you pit now. But if you want to be able to race at the end of the race, you're going to need a little bit more time.
Yep.
Because it's not just fuel you want to save. You want the best tires possible. There's our first person in.
Yep, Keith Hume in the 4 car. He's in on lap 141 here, so he is looking just to stretch the fuel until the end, coming in as soon as possible.
Yeah, I don't know if he needed to pit or if he had no choice, but he's if you think about it, really, if we have 1 or 2 cautions, he's going to be just fine.
Yep.
I mean, I think 1 caution will do it, but, we'll see. They'll be close.
And we see Bell here was just able to get around Stoltz there. Jolly's still working on Stoltz back there, but Bell is now trying to take position from Leeroy Sellers Jr. in 6th spot here. Let's go on board with Justin Bell real quick to see if we can get this pass done before green flag stops start popping up more frequently.
I don't know how long it's going to be before we start seeing these cars coming in, but I think once you see 1 or 2 cars come in, we're going to see a bunch of them.
I'm curious to hear what the throttle input's like going into turns 1 and 2 here. Just very minimal, letting the car roll and kind of pedaling that thing out of the corner here. See the lap car there, the 11 car. Oh, and Bell gets loose just checking up for that 11 car. He's going to drop back, lose a ton of time. Going to try to rejoin safely here. Going to be on the low side. Cars flying around him on the outside. And you see Jolly and Stoltz here were about a second behind him, way ahead of Bell now. Man, that's just the curse of the camera crew. I think that was unfortunate for Bell there.
Well, once again, we saw a lap car getting involved in a front runner losing a bunch of positions.
Yeah, I mean, so like him just being there and Bell knowing he had to check up and his rhythm being disrupted just a tiny bit is what I think caused that. But really, the lap car was doing exactly what he needed to do. He was running predictable line, really not doing anything too crazy. But yeah, just them being there is always tough. As we see the fresh tires of Keith Hume, let's go on board with him real quick and see if we can spot the difference. This is not Hume. Let me see if I can find him.
It's pitted from 12th.
So we were just on board with Bell there. He was on about 50 lap old tires. This is Keith Hume now that just got fresh tires. He's about 2 lap old tires now, and he's ripping the outside here, trying to gain back a ton of spots.
He's loving those new tires.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like, he can run high, and every car on the track that he passes is so jealous of him right now.
Yeah, it just shows the difference of tires and the grip levels that Keith Hume has coming in for those freshies, but he definitely has a long road to travel to make it to the end here.
Yeah. I'd like to see him doing a nice looking hot rod too. You don't see an orange car too often, and the first race car I ever worked on was an orange Pro Late model. So,
yep, definitely a good looking car.
The orange. We're coming down to 50 laps to go here. Do you think anybody's really going to try to stretch it to a lap, say, 40 laps to go? Or at that point, it's too late?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just up to the driver when they want to come down pit lane. I mean, if I had to guess, probably most of them are just going to stretch the fuel until the end, and then that way they have the most life in the tires as they can for the end. But we'll just have to wait and see what these drivers like to do. I'm not one thing I'm not 100% sure about is how many tires left a lot of these drivers have. The driver was able to save a set for a late restart. I mean, we just saw Keith Hume fly by it. That's huge.
Yep. Now we're starting to see a few more cars come on in for pits. We're up to about 10th spot that is on the lead lap now, or it hasn't been lapped. So more cars coming on in. It'll all work out by the end of this thing.
It looks like Caleb Sheets is in.
Yep, Caleb came back in. I think Saunders is just going to do what Justice does.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, that's kind of the smart thing to do. But, you know, right now Justice is about, well, it's over 2.5 seconds out front. So it's going to be tough reeling him in. I mean, that's a lot of time to try to make up in a pit stop.
And DeCarlo, that was in P3, actually is coming down pit lane now as well. Mark Morton, Leeroy Sellers, all coming down pit lane. And further back, Barry Kramer also electing to come down pit lane. And we'll see more and more come down as these laps take off.
Yep. Looked like they were decided to split the stage pretty much right at lap 150 they came in. And, you know, it's 50 laps on a set of tires.
In too.
So they're going to have to go 50 laps on a set of tires.
And let's see. Let's go on board real quick with Justice, see if he elects to come down this time by. Then he's just all over the track there, exiting 2 there. That car is very loose, but still able to keep up a lot of speed.
Well, the way he's been running, they should start him in the back with a car like that because it make it fair for the rest of the field. He slid back in that early instance to what, about 14th or 15th spot. He came charging forward, and now he's just running away where he should be.
Yeah, and you see him electing to stay out another lap there. Let's see if he comes in this time. I mean, sometimes you can kind of judge when's a good time to pit so you don't come out in a ton of traffic. So maybe he's trying to get that strategy done, but he could just be liking the way that race car feels right now. I don't know. He's just electing to stay out a little bit longer than the rest of the field at this point.
Well, can you imagine if there's a caution flag now?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, this race is over. You're only going to have, what, 4 cars? 3 cars?
Yeah, it looks like the only other cars currently out, Rodney Roberts in the 22 car and Cameron Mermano in the 55 car are still out on that original set of tires that we started this third and final stage in.
So...
Oh, and looks like Justice is in this time.
Yep.
We'll watch the leader come by, come down pit lane, see if he hits his pit stop. No funny business.
Oh, he's an experienced driver, so he's already got the minimum amount of fuel he needs to carry. I mean, he's just going to fill it to what he needs. And he's going to be out of here in a heartbeat. He's going to be a quick stop. He's going to be back out front.
Yeah, it looks like he nailed that stop, not sliding through the stall or anything like that. So he's going to get out cleanly. And as it sits now, Romano moves to position 1, but as he cycles through, Saunders will actually be in P1, but Justice is coming out only. Looks like he'll only be about 3 seconds behind Saunders. So on fresh tires, that's not a lot of time for Saunders to work with.
No, it isn't.
And we actually just saw Romano come down pit lane, so Saunders will take position 1. Justice will go into P2. DeCarlo will be P3. Mind you, DeCarlo did pit around when Saunders did, and Justice just came out in front of him. So it's going to be a tall order. They're going to definitely need some sort of flag to help them out here.
I think they just need to hold on as long as they can.
Yep, as you come around this time, beginning of lap 157, we have Zack Saunders out front. Looks like the live timing's about 2.5 seconds between him and Justice, so that's really not a ton of time for Saunders to work with. But we'll see, you know, like anything can happen. We'll see how hard Saunders races Justice once he gets back to him.
See, that 6 car is feeling really good with those new tires. He's loving it.
He just put his fastest lap down last lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, last lap for Justice was a 33.41, and for Saunders 33.67. So Justice is flying around this thing.
Yeah, he gained 4 tenths of a second on Saunders right there. That lap. Gonna be more in a minute. There it is. He's already under 2 seconds. These guys are getting, ooh, man. Somebody got really squirrely way back in the field right there. I'm not sure who it was, but I thought we were going to have another caution flag. But now that lead is down to, man, it's half the lead that it was when he came out, 2.5 seconds. Justice is flying coming after Saunders. Unless Saunders, do you think Saunders might be saving up?
I think he has to be. I mean,
Yeah.
So Saunders, he pitted lap 151. Justin pitted lap 154. So 3-lap pressure tires. That's not nothing, but I mean, it's not as wide of a spread as I've seen. But if Saunders wants to have any sort of fight when Justice gets back to him, he's going to have to save just a little bit. And then try to use that dirty air Justice is going to have to fight through to his advantage, keep him behind.
Now, this last stage that we've had has been very clean. A lot of decent battles all over the track. But now guys are starting to wonder if there will be another caution or not, because some of these guys really need it.
Yeah, and
You
we
saw,
can
I
see
think,
the clouds coming out again, so the grip levels are going to go up. And this actually is going to, I feel like this kind of helps Saunders in a way, because he's not going to be wearing his tires as much as if the track was hot and looser. But we do see Justice growing bigger and bigger in his rear view there.
Justice is already down to just over a half a second now. He's flying. And once he catches the draft of Saunders, it's going to be all over. There's really nothing Saunders can do but just hold on. But who knows? Maybe he'll surprise us. Maybe he has something left. Question is, are we going to see a caution flag?
I think so.
Yeah, and you see Tyler Justice already to the rear bumper of Saunders here, and he's going to get a good drive off on the inside.
We're getting too close. There's so many problems today.
Yeah, and
there it is.
Looks like Saunders is just going to give it up to Justice smartly. I think if you spend a lot of time fighting with him, you're just going to wear your stuff up and allow DeCarlo to come up and contest for P2.
Yeah, it's really the smartest thing to do. And DeCarlo's not closing as fast as Justice is, but just that little let off that he allowed him to really close in even tight. So now it's just Justice just filing away, just taking off now with 35 laps to go in this thing.
Yep, and I did just start the final prediction, final chance for you guys to gamble tonight. Who wins the race, Justice or anyone else? So very A-B decision there. I mean, Justice pretty much has this race in the books if he can just keep it on the track. But obviously, if any sort of caution comes out, any sort of flag comes out, interruption in the race, then just the fact that everyone's back to his bumper brings in a lot of opportunity for something to happen. So
yeah, I called it for Justice earlier, right after he got spun. I said he is going to be one angry bird, and sure enough, he came flying through the field.
yeah,
Burnt up his tires a little bit, but put himself in a great position to get the stage points, and then he got his fresh tires, took over the lead, and it's just been the Justice show ever since. Coming to the corner, cars further back in the field. Some guys still testing out that real high line right up close to that wall. As this thing kind of wears down, I don't know if I'm going to want to go way up there, even when it is darker under the clouds. Now, are the clouds going to start affecting the vision at this track, do you guys think, or what?
I don't think the vision should be too bad for the drivers. And we see Keith Hume. I mean, we just tuned into the 4 car there earlier when he got fresh tires there, and he's holding on for dear life now, trying to get this thing to the end of this race. So Just shows the fall off that's there, and he's actually going to get into the wall.
Yeah, let's see.
And
Oh, boy.
Martin actually chasing the car down the track.
Ooh,
I clicked off of him. I just realized that he had got super loose there, so very close to some sort of caution coming out. But
I didn't see exactly who that was, and it happened so fast. I thought it was the leader there for a second.
that would be crazy.
Oh, that's about the only crazy thing that hasn't happened to him today. He's already been taken out once. Now 30 laps to go. It's already up to a 2.5 second lead. So really, Saunders is going to need a miracle. Justice just looks so smooth coming to the corner. But you know as well as I do, he's still shell shocked from earlier, so he's going to be a little.
15. Oh, we might get a caution.
What happened? What happened?
Looked like the 15 got loose and got into the 4. The 4 spun towards the apron. Now the 15 is dragging the outside wall. That was very close to being a caution.
Well, once again, Sheets cannot catch a break. Justice and Saunders still the only ones that can really realistically win this thing. DeCarlo's starting to fall back. Sellers is way back, even though, you know, that's a great run for him. And he's been fast all night long. Just there was that pit stop that kind of got him trapped way down.
Yep, he's up 13 spots.
Yep, we talked about Morton earlier, and you know, he's had his issues, but he's still gonna have a nice solid finish if he keeps it the way he's going right now. Now, what are you guys thinking? You're in this race. You know you've got enough fuel to go. When are you going to really push it? When are you going to start to protect your position?
Maybe 20 to go.
Yeah.
Maybe 15.
Make it a short track Saturday night.
Yeah, just go like hell for 15 to 10 laps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's definitely going to be on an as-needed basis. If I don't have much pressure from behind me, and I know that the car in front of me is just way too far out there for me to realistically get to him, then I'm more so just focusing on defending my position, saving my tires in case the car behind me really starts to push, and then if I see him start to move up run faster times, then that's when I'll try to kind of push a little bit to keep my spot. But these guys are pretty spread out now, so
There shouldn't be any more issues tonight from the looks of things of how spread out they are, but right now we're coming down to 25 laps to go. So they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, they know they're there. Some of these guys need to make a decision. You know, they don't have the luxury of waiting until 15 laps to go. Some of these guys need to move now.
yeah, I mean, we have a couple guys back here. It looks like Krozak and Bell running very similar lap times. Bell actually running a quicker lap that time by. So it looks like Krozak actually has older tires compared to the 63 cars. So 63 cars should be able to make this pass. You see him go down there on the low side.
Right, doing everything he can. A little bit squirrely coming off the corner there.
And actually, so the 63 car is a lap down car. That's why he's on pressured tires, it looks like. So he's just working his way up through the field. Caleb Sheets and Krozak, they are actually the ones fighting for position. Actually, 99 Bell here is trying to take position from Tyler Krozak. It looks like he's going to be able to get it done if he can slide up in front of him here.
Oh, see one car getting real close to that outside line. Man.
And Bell did take laps on 151. Looks like Sheets took tires on lap 148. So Bell should be able to get the pass done on Sheets here. He's saved his stuff. And, how hard is Sheets gonna fight for this spot? We see Bell there rolling the bottom. See if we can get clear of him on the front stretch. Sheets gonna have the speed and momentum to reel Bell back, but he's gonna dive down low and probably get the slide job done this time by.
Yeah, but Bell's driving with a lot more confidence in his car right now. I think that cooler track is starting to help his car come in a little bit more, and he's starting to rip off some pretty decent times. I don't know if he decided that it was go time or not, but he seems to be on the move and moving forward. I'd really love to see him catch. You we have so many great tracks on this season, but I want to see this kid really shine. And I don't know what size track it's going to be, but he's been fast everywhere so far. So see how he gets like a Martinsville. Maybe he's going to pull something off, but I want to see him win a race this season.
Yeah, moving up just a bit. Things are heating up a tad between Leeroy Sellers and Mark Morton. Mark Morton running he had been running faster laps than Sellers there. That time by actually running a tenth slower, but did look like he got a little loose running the outside line there. Let's see if he's able to reel Sellers back in and take P4 from him.
20 laps to go. And we only have 10 cars in the lead lap right now, and one caution can change this race completely. But I don't care how many cautions we have, that number 6 car is the car to beat. And I don't know if anybody can touch him.
Yeah, it looks like he has a 5-second lead on Saunders now, so he's just driving off into the sunset at this point.
Bell moving up into 8th spot now. Jolly having a decent run. Roberts really having a good run. Glad to see him. Like to see him move up a couple more positions, and he's really not that far behind Morton. Morton, we've seen him have a couple of incidences where he brushes the wall, and it won't take much before he can move up into that spot. But now, I mean, you got Justice running away. Saunders is all by himself as well. And, DeCarlo's, I think the top 3 is pretty much set unless we have a caution come out or something horrible happens. Cars are really spread out all over the track. Further back in the field, we have some really fast cars that are kind of stuck towards the back of the back. A lot of fast cars get taken out in that first caution-filled stage.
Our points leader, Nathaniel Campbell, currently sitting P21.
Yeah.
Looks like he's like 20 laps back. Or not, sorry, 14 laps back. So, not the night he was looking for.
Nope. And we only have a few drivers locked in, so everybody's going to want to get locked in, and I know Justice is one of them. If he wins, this race is going to take a lot of stress off of the winner. You're locked into the playoffs. You don't have that stress. You kind of have more freedom to drive the way you want to drive, and that sometimes brings more success. So
Yeah,
You
and
know, it's not just winning the race; it's just getting locked into that so important championship.
15 laps left. Our last potential battle here between the 22 Rodney Roberts and the 39 and Mark Morton fighting for the 5th position. It's always good, nice to get a P5 or a top 5, but it looks like Morton's going to drop back just a bit.
Yep,
Yeah, and it
14
seems
laps
like
to go.
Rodney Roberts was the one taking the position away from Morton, so he's been running a bit faster than him for the past several laps.
There's a 26 car there. Sheets. He's had some issues tonight earlier. Well, a couple of close calls. I shouldn't say issues. He's had a great run tonight. Back in 9th position. And Justice is just going around lapping everybody just for fun now. He's gonna have a 5-second lead in about 5 or 6 more laps. So he's enjoying this. Cruise control, obviously, his car is handling well, although he had a little bit of a slide job right there. You know,
Oh, we got a caution.
Oh, caution's out.
whoa!
Caution is out.
Not what
Wow.
Justice wanted.
And that just completely throws a wrench in all of this. I'm trying to see where the caution came.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Let me know if you spot, but I don't have anything the timing here showing me. Surely it wasn't a debris caution, was it?
I sure hope not.
Let me jump around here. Oh yeah, it looks like the 15 got into the 26 there, so the 15 of Tyler Krozak got into Caleb Sheets just enough there to get him loose and spin to the inside wall, bringing out the caution here.
Oof.
And to be fair to the 15 there, it looks like the 26 was already a little bit loose, causing him to check up.
Yeah.
And the 15 just cannot react in time to stay out of him. And we see the leader come down pit lane. And Saunders also came down. I mean, everyone is coming down at this point. The leader's in, so only thing I have to try to figure out here is if the leader took 2 or 4.
Don't know by the pit time.
Yeah, so the leader, Tyler Justice, had about an 18-second or 17.9, and Saunders only had 14.8. So I actually want to say maybe the leader took 4 and Saunders took 2 there.
That he had an issue, and Saunders just had a better pit stop. But I think, 2 seconds for 2 tires, I think, is a little bit too quick.
Yeah, I don't know, Hayden, if you're able to go back and watch the replay of the pit stop, but my guess is that Saunders took 2 with that pit time, but I could be wrong.
Ooh, I can find it. Yeah, Tyler Justice took 4. Let me see what Saunders did.
Look at Bogdan. Where did he come from?
I think they stayed out.
Yeah, but he was way, way back in the pack. Either I don't care if he stayed up or not. The fact that he's up in 8th spot and survived, he's been in the middle of a lot of the calamity that's happened tonight.
No,
They both took 4.
Bogdan pit. The first car
Yeah,
that
he did
stayed
pit.
out was Tyler Krozak, sitting
Yeah, I see.
P9. So,
Yeah.
and him and Sheets are the last 2 cars on the lead lap. But pace car lights are off, so we're coming back for this hopefully final restart here though. We'll just have to wait and see. Pace car takes a turn down pit lane. We have Tyler Justice start on the inside. Great jump here, there. And we see those 4 tires working for him there. DeCarlo is sliding on the inside. Zack Saunders. Yeah, you have to think of Saunders pushing. He took 4 there. But
He did. They both took 4.
Are they both? Okay.
Yeah, I went back and looked. They both took 4.
And these guys are loving those new tires this late in the race. 9 to go coming across. It's going to be 8 to go with Justice in front, starting to pull away a little bit over to Saunders and DeCarlo. I think Saunders is missing his opportunity. You know, I think his car just isn't as strong as Justice's is right now. Those things are singing going down that back straightaway. Yeah, everybody running that bottom line right now. All the fresh tires, everybody's loving that grip going that bottom line. 7 to go.
The 1 has to serve a black flag.
That's Hunter Bogdan that's in for the black flag.
No way. What happened?
I didn't hear.
Tough break for him because he was having such a good run. Oh, a tough break.
Oh, he switched lanes before the start finish.
Oh man, yeah. That's tough. I've been hit with that one before in the same series as this, as a matter of fact. It's a tough one, but it happens.
It does happen. I got hit with that Phoenix when I was in 6th.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I might have been 2nd. Terrible. But it happens.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler Justice is checking out. About a half a second lead over P2 Zack Saunders. DeCarlo doing everything he can to ride the wall to try to get some speed down the backstretch so he can pull up to the back of Saunders and try to steal P2 away from him. 5 laps to go this time by.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to get Saunders. Saunders' car is handling a little bit too well right now for 5 laps to go. He may be able to catch him, but he's still got to get around him. I think Saunders knows he's coming, and he's just kind of saving maybe just a little bit more because DeCarlo is on it. He's not getting that any more out of that throttle pedal. Where Saunders kind of doesn't seem to be pushing it as hard. As a matter of fact, it seems like he's kind of pulling away from him a little bit. It's
so
close.
We'll say DeCarlo is there through 3 and 4.
Yeah.
He's only about 0.2 behind Saunders now.
Yep, 3 to go.
He's going to rip the high line on 1 and 2, and it seems like his strategy here is high line 1 and 2, then dive down for 3 and 4 with the extra momentum, extra speed.
Oh, he's catching him now. He might be able to do it. He's only doesn't have that much time. Saunders is fighting him off, doing everything he can. Once again, you see DeCarlo going that outer line a little bit. Once again,
run the high side there, gather up speed, gather up momentum.
I don't think he's going to be able to catch Saunders right now. But Justice is just kind of waving goodbye. It's his race if he wants it. What he's loving is the fact that he knows these two are trying to get better with each other. So, you know, Saunders' hands are full. All Justice has to do is stay out in front. It's his race to lose. And he's so consistent. I don't think that's going to happen. All he has is 2 more corners.
Yep, Tyler Justice on the white flag lap coming down through turn 4 here. He fell back, got some early contact in stage 1. He's able to fight his way back for a win here at the Hard Rock Bet 300 in Homestead, Miami. Good job, Tyler Justice. Zack Saunders able to hold off DeCarlo for P2. DeCarlo finishing P3. Mark Morton P4. And Leeroy Sellers will be rounding out that top 5, up to 12 spots from the start of the race. Good drive from Sellers there. Yeah, what a drive by Justice. We saw at the end of stage 1 there getting taken out by the lap car.
Yeah.
Luckily, he did get into the wall, but was luckily able to minimize any damage to that front end and just drive back and through the field and take this thing.
Yeah, but he did lose out on those critical bonus points by the stage points, and it was one stage, but those points could really mean a lot at the end of this thing. But he's going ballistic right now on the infield, but a great run for him, great run for Saunders, him bouncing back, and DeCarlo as well. Then Morton having a great 4th place finish, and then Sellers in 5th. A nice run for Sellers. Justice burning it down. Oh, that tire smoke went away. I thought it was blowing up there for a second. Oh. Now he's just showing off. Oh!
Oh, there it goes. What is that, minus 20 grand? Something like that, more than that.
Oh, 20, oh no.
100 grand.
Oh boy. Yeah, Justice just blew about 65 grand, 75 grand, probably even more than that. Woo! Yeah,
Well,
he's not going to be happy.
Well, again, great drive by him and the rest of the top 5 there. We'll have driver interviews start in just a second. We'll pull up the top 3 of this race and ask them a couple questions. Right, let's see who we got. So driver finishing 3rd position, Colby DeCarlo in the 24 car. Let's see if we can get him up here. Colby, you're in the booth, man. You got us?
Yep, how's it going?
Good, man. So the great finish tonight, P3. Definitely had some tough competition in front of you between Saunders and Justice. Those cars just seemed like they were flying around this thing. So I would still be happy with P3. How'd the car feel tonight?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, it actually felt terrible.
Yeah.
It was so bad. The practice session that we had was northeast wind, and the wind during the race was south-southwest. So exactly opposite from what I had set the car up for. So that made it a pretty big pain in the butt to drive in 3 and 4. It was all right in 1 and 2, but yeah, it was a struggle. Made some pit stop adjustments, got a little better, but
yeah, I was mentioning the clouds coming in and out and the shade coming over the track might affect the temperatures a bit, causing you guys to make some mid-race adjustments. Although I did completely forget about the wind direction. I didn't think about that. So yeah, that was probably pretty tough for you guys to overcome that after setting up the car like that. Was there any point in this race where, I mean, we saw you get into the wall a couple times running the high line. Were you committed to that high line the entire race, or?
yeah, I love running the top. My over/under in my own head tonight was 10 times of getting into the wall, and I was probably close to that. So
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of speed to be had up there. Yeah, I mean, look, the race started a little caution heavy, but it seemed to calm down, and once things got spread out, it was just about hitting your marks. Is there anything else you wanted to add that we might have missed here in the booth as far as this race goes?
I think I would have had a lot better chance on that long green run we had if I would have accounted for a long green run. We hadn't had any up to that point, and I burnt my stuff off following Justice too close. But no, that's about it. Just thanks to the wife for watching and all the family that's watching.
Awesome. Yeah, got the whole family watching. Good job on the P3 tonight. I believe next week, what is it, Martinsville? How you feeling
Yes.
about that track?
I'm just hoping to survive.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll probably have a couple more cautions there, though sometimes like miracles happen, and if we all agree to run a good race, sometimes we get a little bit of green flag racing there, but I wouldn't hold your breath. Well, yeah, man, great drive tonight. Billy, you had any questions for Colby?
Well, my question is, what would you have done different in tonight's race? Would you have pitted earlier, do you think? Or other than your setup, is there anything that you would have done different?
There was that caution at the right before the end of stage 2. I kind of wish, because we didn't use all our sets of tires we had, I kind of wish I would came down and that would have gave me the track position, because honestly, that start of that long green run, if I would have had the track position, I would have been able to save my stuff a little bit more, not having dirty air. So that's my one thing.
Well, hey, either way, it was an incredible run. Congratulations, man. Have a good night.
Yep, thank you.
Yep, have a good evening. See you, man.
See ya.
That was Colby DeCarlo, driver of the 24 car. He was sitting P4 in points before this race tonight, so a third place finish. Definitely going to continue to help him and keep those points totals high for him. Next up, Zack Saunders. Sorry, go ahead, Bill.
Especially considering where our points leader finished.
Yeah. Nathaniel Campbell was sitting P1 in points. I believe he finished 21st tonight after some early struggles, so things might just shake up a bit in those points totals. With that said, Zack Saunders finishing P2. He was second place in points, so he could very well take the lead in points here, depending on how things add up. Let's get him in the booth, ask him a couple questions. Hey, Zach, you're in the booth.
Am I?
Yep, you are.
Sorry, but I saw his name up there and it threw me off. Hey, Zach, quick question for you. Awesome run, second place. You're going to be in the points lead. How aware were you of where the points leader finished tonight?
Not very aware. I focused on not dying because Homestead is a hard track, and made sure the front end was going straight the entire time.
Yep. No, I mean, it looks like several of the guys were fighting the car pretty hard early in the run and late in the run again. We did see at one moment Caleb Sheets kind of sent it underneath you.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
That was a lap car with fresh tires. That happened in the first stage too with Fuller, and I'm not really sure what we was trying to prove.
Yeah.
I understand you're trying to get your lap back, but if you're gonna do it, don't dive bomb someone that's on the lead lap going for a stage win.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of not the smartest thing to do.
When we saw Sheets do that, we're like, man, how many times is that going to happen to Zach this race? That's a tough look, but
yeah, I get really tight with freaking Colby underneath me. We went for a bit of a ride, so I was trying to keep it out of someone on the top side. So, but I mean, other than that,
yeah, DeCarlo. So Colby said that the car felt horrible. They set up the car for a certain wind direction, and the wind was going the opposite direction. So that was his. I'm not gonna say excuse, but that was the reason why his car wasn't feeling good. How did your car feel tonight?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Way better than last week. I mean, that was last week, and you compare last week to today, and it's like night and day. I ran EPI and I ran the tighter set, and I was like, man, I really hope it doesn't get like tight later in the run. And I kind of remember last year when we ran Homestead late in the season, even though it was a night race, I ran the tighter set from EPI, and it was really good in the long run. So I was like really hoping. and turned out it was really good on the long run. So it was a nice drive to have.
Yeah, that's good to hear. We were mentioning the cloud cover coming over time to time. Did you notice grip levels going up and down between the clouds coming through?
Oh yeah, I could tell when the car got tight off of 4.
Yep.
uh, especially late in that run, when we had that long, what was it, like 40-ish laps or whatever, 45, 50.
Yeah.
I could tell during then. I figured it was starting to get there because I was getting, sometimes I get a really good drive out of the corner. A couple times I'd start to push a little bit, but I mean, yeah, that was probably one of the best neutral feeling cars I've driven. It was so nice compared to last week.
Well, cool, man. Great job on the second place finish. We were looking at the points totals. It looks like the only person ahead of you was Nathaniel Campbell, and he finished P21. I think he had some early troubles. So if things,
I think it should be. I either should probably be leading, or it's gonna be like really close. So
yep, yeah, that's
I
what
need
we were
to stop
thinking.
I need to stop having these, good weeks, really bad weeks, good weeks type thing. I'm kind of 20th, top 5, 20th, top 5, top. That needs to stop. I need to finish top 5 a lot more, but just
Yeah,
qualified
well,
good and stayed out of the trouble.
So next week we have a completely skill based, not no luck involved track, Martinsville. Nothing bad can happen to you there, so you should be able to get a top 5 again.
Hey man, I don't mind Martinsville, but the racing it definitely needs to clean up because the last couple times we've been there, it's been very bad.
Yeah.
And I'd rather not end our race at midnight again.
Yeah.
Or close to midnight. I like how we ended at like 11. So that was really nice. I'm really tired, by the way.
All good. Well, good job on our P2 finish, and you have a good rest of your evening.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh man.
That was Zack Saunders, driver of the 60 car. Sorry, go ahead.
What a great run for him.
Yeah. Yeah, he I mean, he was behind Justice for a lot of the race, but yeah, it seems like he was real happy with the car and the speed that he had. But yeah, great finish for Zack Saunders tonight. Did the job he needed to do to get the points, and he might just take P1 in the standings. So we'll have to wait how to see that adds up.
DeCarlo saying that his car was horrible, and he finished 3rd.
Yeah. I think DeCarlo was hoping to. I bet he feels like he was gonna win this thing, and then because his car was no good, he finished 3rd. So he just had to share that. But with that said, we'll get Tyler Justice up here, the winner of the Hard Rock Bet 300 here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Mr. Justice, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Well, great drive tonight. The first stage, obviously not ending the way you wanted it to. We were all sad to see that, but I mean, you did an amazing job bouncing back from that, driving through the field and saving your tires enough to take the lead back from, I believe it was Saunders there. But how'd the car feel tonight? And yeah.
Oh, it felt great, man. It was a touch slicker than it was in Be Open last week. So, which I kind of enjoyed. This is one of the tracks where you actually it plays a role into the driver's hands more. And I kind of like that, and makes you feel a little bit more comfortable knowing that you can kind of make a difference with what you do behind the wheel. So, and I'm certainly not the best at it, but it puts a lot of comfort knowing I can do something to make a difference. And it was fun. Like you said, the first stage didn't go our way. I hate that because I felt like we had a car where we could have won all stages and won the race and done all that. So, hate we couldn't max points, as they would say. But yeah, I don't know. I was coming down the front stretch and I didn't feel like, I don't even know who it was. I didn't feel like I was pinching him up towards the wall that much, and I just got right hooked. And luckily, I saw him kind of swerve down into my right rear, and I already kind of put a little bit of left wheel into it because if I wouldn't have, that nose would have went straight into the outside wall. And it did catch it a little bit anyway and gave me about 20 seconds, but was able to get most of it fixed, coming to that second stage there. And like you said, we were able to drive back up to the front and kind of roasted the tires doing that. But once we got back on even tires with the guys who were starting up front, we kind of picked our way off back up to the lead and got that really long run at the end. I was glad to see that because I felt like that's where we were strongest at, is deep into the long run. So, good night overall. I mean, glad to pick up a win. That was a lot of fun tonight. These races are super long, but it makes it kind of more rewarding when you can put something like that together and battle through a little bit of adversity and still bring her home. So I was happy with the result.
Yeah, when we saw you got hooked by that lap car and you were sliding up towards the wall, like we were just like clenching our teeth, like looking away, like but then we realized the damage was pretty minimal because a lot of your momentum was just carrying you forward down the track rather than up into the wall. So we were happy about that because I never like to see a lap car take out a leader in any race. So
yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know. I have to go back and watch it too to see, kind of get the full picture. But yeah, I was kind of dumbfounded. Like, it caught me off guard. But like I said, luckily I seen him kind of swerve it down in my right rear, and I was able to kind of correct it a little bit to not, carry all the momentum up into the outside wall. And luckily the front stretch is slightly banked down to the inside wall, so I feel like that kind of helped out too. But yeah, I was kind of lucky there. It wasn't more damage than that.
So moving up to like the third stage, when we had that really long green flag run, what was your plan there? Because I mean, obviously, like, you always run the risk if you pit early that a caution comes out, you could get a lap down, or were you just trying to stay out as long as you could? What were you thinking through there?
Yeah, I mean, you always have to plan ahead, and I felt like, the best we could do is plan for it to go green. I mean, that's all you can do, and try to manage the run a little bit and make sure you have some tires left on at the end. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't go off hard at the beginning, and I seen Colby run up to my bumper there, and luckily we were able to just push the pace just enough to kind of keep him at bay until he started to kind of trickle away. And we were able to put together a good run there, and got to about maybe a 3-second lead coming to pit stops. And I was just going to run it dry of fuel and let Zach pit, and just have the three or four lap fresher tires coming to that last run. And it worked out. We were able to, I felt like I got back to him a lot quicker than I thought I would have, and we put some good distance on him after we got by him. And shout out to him for just letting me by. I mean, he knew at that point that I was had the fresher tires there, so he was gracious enough to just kind of let me roll on by there. And like I said, though, he I got to give props to him though. Once, even though he got kind of far back there those couple runs, once we got deep into the runs, he started laying some good lap times down and was able to kind of keep it, keep the bleeding from even going even further. So shout out to him. Shout out to all the guys tonight. That was a fun race, and yeah, I love this racetrack.
Hey, Tyler, I didn't realize it was you yelling my name at Walmart the other day. I had to get out of there. I was in a rush. But how motivated were you after you got spun out?
Oh, dude, it's super motivating. Like, like I told you the other week in the A car. I mean, when something bad happens, and especially if it's your fault, which tonight, really wasn't my fault, but even, getting sent to the back when you feel like you have, I felt like we were kind of the class of the field. I mean, I'm not afraid to say it. I felt like we were pretty good, and getting kind of taken out like that kind of lights a fire underneath you and just makes you want to drive even harder. And sometimes that could be a double-edged sword too, because driving harder is not necessarily going to make you faster and at oval racing. So just had to manage the run, and we got back up to the front pretty quick there. So once I knew the damage was a-okay, I felt pretty comfortable about the way the rest of the race was going to go.
Well, hey man, congratulations, awesome run. And just for the record, as soon as you got spun, I called you. I said he's gonna win this race now. So I called you.
I appreciate you having
one.
faith in me.
I did. I called you. I said he's gonna win this race.
Heck yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean,
congratulations, bud.
We saw that long green flag run at the end there, and then the caution comes out with what, like 5 laps left or something, or was it 10 laps left?
Yeah, it was just under 10 laps to go, and I kind of planned on. I mean, you got to mentally prepare yourself for that and kind of know what your adjustments and your fuel, what you want it to look like, for that last little stint there. And obviously didn't want to see it. It would have been much easier just to cruise off to the finish. But yeah, I don't know. They were talking in game chat, and they were asking each other riddles and stuff. So I don't know if it caught someone lost focus there and just spun or whatever. But Yeah, it was. It is what it is. But luckily, there was no chaos, and we were able to still pull it out.
So so I have to ask you, like, were you worried that someone was going to take two and try to get ahead of you and just get like a big restart, or?
Not necessarily. I mean, the worst thing that could have happened in that situation is someone takes two, and I'm telling you, no matter what kind of adjustment you put into the car, you're going to be super loose, and you're probably going to spin the tires like crazy on the restart anyway. So the only bummer there would be to, get caught up in a wreck with someone spinning their tires on the restart. So
Right.
and plus it wasn't like it was a green white checkered. We still had 5 or 6 laps there, so I felt like even if someone did take two, we could get back by them pretty easily.
Yeah, for sure. No, that all sounds sound to me. And so, like, the adjustments you made there at the end, you were mentioning, are you trying to fill the tank up to a certain amount so you're not too light or you're not too loose, or what exactly is going on there?
Yeah, there's a fine line, and it depends on the track too. But usually, you don't want to. If you don't have to fill up, you don't really want to. You want to just kind of put it light and make the necessary adjustments to keep your same balance that it is with a full tank of fuel. So, luckily, I got some guys that know what they're doing when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, they guided me in the right direction, and I just put them in, and it took off. So, thanks to all my teammates for keeping me ready to put that last run together.
Well, cool, man. Great drive tonight again. Completely deserving of that win. Dominant drive for pretty much the entire evening. How are you feeling about Martinsville next week?
It just depends. I don't know if I'll run Martinsville or not. I'll have to see what the factory guys got going on for this car or whatnot. But kind of just going with a win here, trying to see what races I can and can't run. But if I can run Martinsville, even if it's an open car, I'd feel pretty good about it. I love Martinsville. It just depends on who's got their panties in a twist, because Martinsville can be crazy, and if you don't got guys that are level-headed and they just go in there bonsai in the corners, it's gonna be a long night. So but yeah, if you got a good group of guys, it can be a fun race. So if we get to racing that, I'd feel pretty good about it.
Yep. Well, I completely understand. Yeah, man. Any shout outs you want to get before we head out?
Yeah, shout out to everybody at Legacy Esports, Reaper Speed Labs. Thanks to Boyd, as always, for putting together a good piece. Shout out to all the factory guys, Steven for letting me run the car, and thank you guys for broadcasting, as always.
Yeah, no problem. You have a good evening and have a good rest of your week. Good job, man.
I appreciate it. We'll see you guys.
Ooh.
That was our race winner, Tyler Justice, driving the 6 car for Factory Motorsports. Pretty dominant performance by him, able to open up the lead to like 6 seconds at one point. So other than that early issue you had on stage 1, basically just driving away from the rest of the field the whole night.
Yeah, it was his race. The whole night was his race, and we had a lot of cautions the first couple of the first stage, and it kind of worked its way out and got better, and then we really had 100 laps of almost green flag there, and it really changed the race, having that long green flag. And then when that caution came out, it was just yet another curveball.
Yeah, for sure. With that said, we'll get things wrapped up here. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We had quite a good viewage throughout the race, so really appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming out, participating in the predictions and in the chat. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Tomorrow night we'll have the Cup cars here at Homestead Miami Speedway. So we'll be back here on Crown Jewel Race Network for that race, and then I believe the next race after that will be the following Monday, if I'm correct, but might be wrong about that. But hope you guys have a good rest of your evening and have a good rest of your week.
We'll see ya.